Already on track for an all-time.
Little has his Panthers vying for a state title.
Probably the best play we got, man. You know, sometimes you get this late in the year and you think, oh man, we got to have a new play or something. And you don't. You know, it's the best play. Okay, let's go right, 26 counter. Again, Chris, if you can get inside and get to that backer.
Today at practice, quarterback and kicker Trent Fisher working out his leg. Panthers beat Westmoore 21-3 in October, but Mike Little tells me that score was misleading. He expects a tough battle. The 5A state championship in Stillwater. Westmoore and Putnam North, Friday, 7 o'clock here on 5 Alive.
Famous names like Snow Village, Yadro, Emmett Kelly, Precious Moments, Karen, Hallmark, Lionel, David Winter, and more. Langsom's going out of business sale at May and North 50th.
High fiber cereal, no taste.
Great tasting cereal, no fiber.
Why have one without the other? Fruit and fiber, fruit and fiber.
Delicious raisins, nuts, dates, crunchy oat clusters, and crispy high fiber bran flakes.
It's like no other. Fruit and fiber.
Great taste.
And high fiber.
Why have one without the other?
Post fruit and fiber cereal, great taste and high fiber.
Ooh. Meatloaf, delicious. Chicken liver and onions, a great change of pace. Pasta dishes, kids love them. Shish kebab, tender, flame broiled.
Yeah.
Skinless, crispy chicken, oven baked and heart healthy.
The Choice Smorgasbord serves up to 10 delicious entrees daily. Selections everyone loves. For quality home-style cooking and great family value, enjoy the Choice Smorgasbord.
At the Choice Smorgasbord, you get the total meal. You get the total meal for a salad bar price.
We're in the commercial. Bob keeps on. Mention Chickasha. Mention Chickasha.
I've got to give them equal time.
Chickasha. How's that?
That's enough.
That's where we were last night.
Bob,
do I have to tell all this? Are you going to humiliate me?
Bob had the honor of being the marshal of the Christmas parade, and we are so proud of you.
I had a great time there. There was this woman there that wanted to have. She had a hairdo. She wanted. No, I had a hairdo, and wanted to have a hairdo like you do. And I'm not going to tell you what I told her.
Well, that's good.
Aren't you glad we mentioned that?
Sorry.
Had a great time.
Sorry.
Tonight in Stillwater, Lewis Field, the state class 5A football championship will be decided. It will be Putnam City North versus Westmoore. The game has a lot of great matchups. Both teams have standout players, of course, but one of the best is Westmoore tailback Jeff Frazier. Robert Allen tells us that Frazier will have one of his biggest challenges going against a determined Panther defense.
Spirits are high at Putnam City North, but for the Panthers to win the state championship, they have a big chore.
Frazier, right side.
Stopping a bull of a runner in Westmoore's Jeff Frazier. Some so-called experts haven't given Frazier his due, but the 6'2", 200-pound senior with sprinter speed is one of the best.
Last really Midwest City game and then the Norman game and last week, he's probably got close to 500 yards in these last 3 games.
Now Jeff hasn't gained all those yards on his own. His offensive line loves to clear the way for big number 20.
Yeah, they feed off of me, and whenever I see publicity, they feed off of it just as well.
He always tells us, since we don't get a lot of the glory, that he'll think it's on TV or, whatever, But as long as we get our job done, I said we're satisfied.
Tonight, North's satisfaction will come if they can stop Frazier, and the Panthers know that no one man can do it.
Fortunately, this game is a team sport, not an individual sport. And, fortunately, our defense has been pretty coordinated and they've played together well.
The Panthers say they're ready for the challenge. Wildman defensive end Jason Guy even says he wouldn't mind a little one-on-one.
Frazier, hey, he needs to run to my side. That's all I got to say.
And I think it's a certainty that Jason will get his wish. Robert Allen, News Team 4.
And we'll have a live report from Stillwater next hour. Here are the sports headlines for today. Joe Krivak has resigned after 5 years as University of Maryland football coach. The Terrapins football team registered a 2-9 record this past season. The baseball winter meeting started today in Miami Beach, Florida, where many players are expected to be traded from one team to t'other. The commissioner also will offer his State of the Game speech during these meetings. No report yet on the physical examination of Houston Rockets basketball star Hakeem Olajuwon. Olajuwon has been sidelined, you'll remember, since November 23rd after suffering an episode of irregular heartbeat and is undergoing more physical tests. And I'll have details of those stories and more next hour.
And more.
Bizarre year for athletes and their health. Just a lot of strange problems.
It definitely is. And hairdos.
Back in a moment.
Have you received Audio Dimension's catalog of the good stuff? Like Phase Technology speakers featuring in-wall speakers for music where you want it. Audio Dimensions, Oklahoma City and Norman.
Thanks. Snyder's Food Marts have the best meat because it's USDA choice beef, the best beef you can buy, and at great values, so you save money. Check out this week's specials. USDA choice bone-in round steak, $1.59 per pound. Select varieties, county kissed or green giant vegetables, 4 cans for $1. And Indian River grapefruit, 5 for $1. Your family deserves the best, so buy Snyder's USDA choice beef. Shop our 3 convenient locations.
Our Broyhill Showcase Gallery at Mathis Brothers features the best selection of name-brand dining rooms in the state.
10 sets in all, with 6 priced at only $5.99 for the Broyhill dining room table with chairs. In stock and ready for holiday use, these would make great gifts.
Speaking of gifts, you'll get one too. It's a free silver chest in cherry, on legs with velvet-lined drawers and tilting top.
It's a $129 value, free from Broyhill, with every dining set through the holidays in the Broyhill Showcase Gallery at Mathis Brothers, 3434 West Reno.
1, 2, 3! The Dodge Triple Threat. 1. Choices like the mid-size Dakota and hard-working full-size pickups. 2. Powerful new Magnum engines. Overall, Dodge trucks offer more payload, towing, and horsepower than Ford, Chevy, or any import. 3. Savings. Up to $36.72 combined cashback and package savings. The Dodge Triple Threat. Nobody else can match us.
See your local Dodge dealer today. Kick off your Christmas shopping at Kickingbird Square in Edmond. Come and enjoy a variety of unique owner-operated shops, plus the Kickingbird Theater and Inner Urban Restaurant. Kickingbird Square in Edmond offers personal friendly service and convenient parking. Many shops are open evenings for your holiday shopping. From toys to clothes, shoes to gifts, travel, flowers, and books, you can do it all at Kickingbird Square. Kickingbird Square, located at the corner of Danforth and Bryant in Edmond.
Coming up on News Team 4 at 6.
She says a pastor performed an exorcism on her against her will. Today, an Enid woman speaks out. I'm Walt Kane. I'll have her story.
This December 7th, the 50th anniversary of the Japanese attack at Pearl Harbor has a special meaning for a Stevens County family. I'm George Tomick, and I'll have that story.
Those stories and more tonight on News Team 4 at 6.
And also coming up tonight at 6, we want to mention again the very latest on the investigation surrounding Governor Walters was announced today. Federal investigators say they do not see enough for them to go ahead with any federal charges. Now it's up to the state, as we heard from Susan Loving a little while ago.
And she says perhaps multi-county grand juries would be involved at this point, so it is far from over. We'll have a complete report when you join us at 6.
In the meantime, NBC Nightly News is coming up next.
Don't miss Epperson Photo Video's big 3-day Christmas sale. This is the greatest sale in our 19-year history. Great because you will find the best value in Oklahoma. Look for our 16-page sale catalog in Thursday's Daily Oklahoman. You will find bargains like this Pentax K1000 for only $99. Sony camcorder now only $639. Minolta Maxim 3000i $129. Canon Sure Shot Max with autofocus only $89 now through Saturday. Only at Epperson Photo Video, 3110 North May.
At Grandy's, great things come in pairs. Our fresh scrambled eggs breakfast, now only $1.89. And our famous country steak dinner, just $2.49. Fresh scrambled eggs breakfast, $1.89. Country steak dinner, $2.49. One to start your day, one to finish it. But either way, you end up with a great pair of low prices.
Grandy's cooks.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 2 great specials now through the holidays.
It's hope, joy, and laughter, harmony and peace. It's giving love for all to share round the Christmas tree. It's all we have, all we want, and all we hope to be. It's Christmas, venture Christmas, family, friends, and memories.
Introducing the Oldsmobile 88 Royale LS. Totally re-engineered with a more powerful yet fuel-efficient engine, electronically controlled transmission, anti-lock brakes, and a driver's side airbag. And we even made it easier for you to get one today, because now there's 2.9 APR financing for up to 48 months on any 9288 Royale. Oldsmobile, discover the power of intelligent engineering.
Now, 2.9% interest from your leadership Oldsmobile team.
News Team 4, where the news comes first, 24 hours a day.
Terry Anderson, an emotional welcome from his friends and colleagues as he describes his ordeal and his faith.
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw, reporting tonight from Pearl Harbor.
Good evening from Pearl Harbor, the memorial for the USS Arizona.
Sony camcorder now only $639. Minolta Maxim 3000i $129. Canon Minolta Maxim 3000i $129. Canon SureShot Max with autofocus only $89 now through Saturday. Only at Epperson Photo Video, 3110 North May.
It's Christmas at Venture, and Venture has Hanes and Hanes Her Way sweats for the entire family. Tops and pants for men and women after rebate, 2 for $9. Kids, 2 for $8, and 2 for $6.
It's Christmas, Venture Christmas, family, friends, and memories.
Boy, what a night for a great football game. One slated.
And it will be a great one, believe you me. It is a big night for high school football in big class, Class 5A. The PC North Panthers, ranked 11th in the nation in high school football, play Westmoore in the title game. Robert Allen, as you can see, is standing by in Stillwater, where the title game will be played. Robert, most of the publicity this week has been about Westmoore, even though PC North is favored.
Bob, I think that's because Westmoore is the underdog. They were at 1 point 2-5 during the season, then won 6 in a row to get to the state championship game. In fact, their last loss came to Putnam City North. Now, during the regular season, state championship opponents have met 12 times before. This is the 13th time that the two teams playing in the state championship met during the regular season. Each time, the team that won during the regular season has gone on to win the state championship. Once is not enough for Putnam City North and Westmoore. The two teams met earlier this season on October 18th, and North won a game that was a lot closer than the final score indicated, 21-3. Today, both schools did their best to fire their teams up for the ride up I-35. This morning at North, there was a huge pep rally. The Panthers were, of course, in the state championship game last year. This is a game that can make even the best high school players nervous, really cause that stomach to churn. But North quarterback Trent Fisher says he and his teammates are cool and calm.
We all know what's in store tonight and what it's going to take to win. And we've been here before, and we came up short last year, but we're not playing on that this year.
Westmoore as a school has only been around 5 years, and this is the Jaguars' first try in the big one. The team got an emotional send-off before leaving for Stillwater this afternoon. And head coach Wayne Estes feels his guys are ready to extend their 6-game winning streak.
It's been an awful long week and a long, long day, but it'll be worth it tonight. Our kids are ready to go, and I think they'll play a great game.
Bob, believe it or not, coaches' scalps are riding on this game. No, nobody's going to be fired regardless of the outcome. But if Westmoore wins this game, their entire coaching staff has pledged to shave their heads in victory.
That's pretty severe. Should be a great game, Robert. We'll check in with you a little later tonight at 10 o'clock. The winner of the Lombardi Award as the outstanding college football lineman in the nation went to Washington University's Steve Ettman. When the announcement came, Steve Ettman had won the award, the Lombardi Award, as the outstanding lineman in the country. The symbolic block of granite trophy was presented. Celebration also was set off here in Oklahoma City. Donna and Glenn Albertson live right here in the city, and they are the aunt and uncle of winner Steve Ettman. At Remington Park today, the third to last day of the fall meeting produced a great finish. In the feature race, the 8th race, only 5 horses enter. You know, many people said this was the best race of the entire meeting. Let's have a glance and see what happened. On the inside rail, number 2 horse Permissible had a slight lead at the top of the stretch before number 4's Bobby Shamrock in the middle, and the 1 horse Sluvasiv gave charge. It was almost a 3-way dead heat, but number 1 Sluvasiv on the outside wins by a nose, literally, paying, as you see, $440, $280, and also the final payoff was $240, and the 1-4 Exacta also paying well. Not real well, but well. There were 5 pick-six winners today. Speaking of paying pretty well, all 6 of them all won $25,000, and there were 374 5 of 6 winners in the pick-six competition. That is wagering on the winners of races 3 through 8, and they won $49.80. A couple of other quick notes. A federal judge refused today to extend a restraining order that has kept Texas University's basketball star Dexter Cambridge eligible. Now, OU will host Texas next Tuesday. That means Cambridge will not be eligible to play in that game against the Sooners. And tonight, basketball down at the Myriad, the Oklahoma City Cavalry hosting Wichita Falls 705.
And they like playing at home.
They do, indeed.
Back in a minute.
You know, 14 years from now, this little fella will look sort of like that. Now, 14 years is a long time. That's how long I've owned that Ford truck. And that's how long Ford trucks have been #1 in America. And your Oklahoma Country Ford dealers are committed to staying #1. So they're offering leadership celebration savings on the all-new 92 F-150. I guess they know it takes deep roots to grow stronger and better. See your Oklahoma Country Ford dealer today.
You know, some things is just worth it. That's why I come down the Bitterroot and the Big Hole, down south of Yellowstone and the Snake, over the winds and South Pass, down the Platte and Grizz. I shot up the Rifle Gap and crossed the Caceres and the Singing of Krista and the Carson. Dog-legged east to the Canadian, got off at Caddo Jenks. By golly, I'm almost there. Well, you didn't hear? There's a Christmas sale at Teeners.
Teeners, Oklahoma's best selection of Western wear and over 12,000 pair of boots.
This holiday season, people who have a lot to buy will find a lot to like in the Walmart price. This 7 1/4-inch skill circular saw is just $39.96. The Megaflex Home Gym by DP is just $264.96. Or choose the Walmart gift certificate. It's always the right gift. The longer your list, the more you'll like it. The Walmart price. 'Tis the reason you'll be jolly. Walmart, always.
What he saw in Europe, what inspired him, no one knows. But when Mr. Ford came home, he created Lincoln Continental. And while half a century of technological breakthroughs have made Continental one of the world's most advanced automobiles, its soul remains the same.
Drive Oklahoma proud. See your Oklahoma Lincoln Mercury dealer.
Governor Walters proposed cuts to the DHS and David Duke entering the presidential race. It prompted calls to our News Team 4 hotline.
Here are some of those calls that we received.
The second someone stands up for white rights, it's automatic bigot. They're called bigots. They're called racists because they stand up for white people and white. And it's time we all vote for David Duke. And I believe it, and that's who I'm voting for, and I hope a lot of other people do also.
When someone murders, whether they're black or white, it isn't racist. They should be executed. It has nothing to do with their color if they're found guilty.
And I just want to say that I am opposed to the budget cuts that the governor is proposing for DHS because it's going to hurt the people who need it most.
We want to thank everyone who called. If you'd like to comment on any story that you've seen on News Team 4, simply dial 4-STRONG. That's 478-7664. We, of course, listen to every call that comes in, although we can only use a few of the calls each night on the air.
It gives you good insight into what people are thinking, though.
It really does.
Concern News, thank you for joining us. We'll be back at 10.
See you at 10.
Introducing the Oldsmobile 88 Royale LS. Totally re-engineered with a more powerful yet fuel-efficient engine, electronically controlled transmission, anti-lock brakes, and a driver's side airbag. And we even made it easier for you to get one today, because now there's 2.9 APR financing for up to 48 months on any 9288 Royale. Oldsmobile. Discover the power of intelligent engineering.
Now, 2.9% interest from your leadership Oldsmobile team.
Giorgio Beverly Hills. The most extraordinary feeling ever to come out of a bottle. Now, Giorgio Beverly Hills presents a breathtaking collection of holiday gift sets with extraordinary values, beginning at $48 at Dillard's.
Hi, Wade Carter, Bob Moore Cadillac. You know, we've been selling 91 Sevilles for $19,888 and 91 Sedan DeVilles for $20,888. Well, in the Christmas spirit, we're giving you $1,000 off on your choice. Come in today and buy a 91 Sedan DeVille for $19,888 or a 91 Seville only $18,888. You save an additional $1,000 off our already reduced prices. We have a good selection, but they'll sell fast, so come in today to Oklahoma's largest volume Cadillac dealer, the one with the largest selection, Bob Moore Cadillac, 400 North Walker. Respectfully, Bob Moore.
News Team 4, where the news comes first, 24 hours a day.
Is brought to you by Arby's Roast Beef Restaurant. Taste the Arby's difference. Beef Restaurant. Taste the Arby's difference. By DuPont Glean, for reliable broadleaf weed control. By Powers Autoplex, where cars cost less on the Broadway extension. And by your local Pepsi-Cola bottler, Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Live from Stillwater on a perfect night for football, it's 5A state championship time between undefeated Putnam City North at 13-0 and 8-5 Westmoore. Hello, everyone. I'm Dean Blevins, along with Mick Cornett. Mick, and listening to those numbers I just reeled off, you would think that maybe we would not have a game here tonight, but I don't think that will be the case.
Well, Westmoore, for a long time this season, didn't look like a team that would be playing in the state finals. But once they qualified, and they were the last team to get in their district, they knocked off the number 9 team in the state, Norman, the number 3 team in the state, Midwest City, and the number 2 team in the state, Tulsa Union. Now they play the number 1 team in the state. You're not going to tell them they don't have a chance.
That is right. We are looking forward to tonight's ball game. Hope you are as well. And down on the sideline is joining us now is our own Myron Patton. Myron, come in.
All right, thanks, Dean. Of course, Mick, you were talking about Westmoore. They're very loose and very confident. They were getting fired up before the game. Of course, that confidence comes from their 6-game winning streak. Putnam North, more businesslike. Of course, they were here last year, and that probably has a lot to do with that. I talked to Lawton Ike head coach Tim Reynolds before the teams came out. He's played both these ball clubs. He thinks North will win because they've got a better defense. He predicts a score maybe 21-10.
All right, thank you. Only time will tell. He should know his club has played well the last couple of years. We'll take a break, and these teams each have outstanding players. When we come back, you'll meet both of them after this.
When it comes to fast food, Arby's is better than what you're used to. To prove it, Arby's offers a
money-back quality guarantee.
If you don't think our sandwiches are the best you ever tasted after one bite,
you get your money back.
That goes for our lean roast beef and our delicious
grilled chicken, roasted chicken, fried chicken.
So come to Arby's, where the food is
definitely better,
or you get your money back. It's our quality guarantee.
For a limited time, get Arby's beef and cheddar sandwich, cheddar curly fries, and medium drink, only $3.50.
Listen up. I'm not here to babysit your panty waist. I'm here to make you better Nintendo players. So what does Mario do here, Mr. Jackson?
What?
Wrong. You. Wrong.
Do a little dance.
Wrong.
To get better at Nintendo, pick up super secret game tips on packages of Pepsi. Best of all, you can win one of thousands of Super Nintendo entertainment systems delivered via Federal Express.
Bo, I want you in my office now.
This kid's an animal.
You could win Super Nintendo with Pepsi.
These kids were all born after 1983, the year their fathers started using Glean. In their entire lives, they've never seen mustards, don't know what wild buckwheat is, and wouldn't recognize henbit if they stepped on it. Chances are this generation never will know much about weeds, and that suits their fathers just fine.
Nissan, and Mitsubishi. A 92 Honda Civic DX 4-door as low as $164 per month. We've got the power. A 92 Nissan Stanza XE 4-door as low as $170.50 per month. You can't beat that. We've got the powers that move you. Power
And welcome back to Stillwater. Dean Blevins and Mick Cornett, 11 minutes and 30 seconds away from kickoff in the state 5A final football game between Putnam City North and Westmoore. Mick, we were just told Brock Hollyman, the fine receiver for Putnam City North, broke an ankle in pregame warm-ups.
Hard to believe, and what a bad break right before we get ready to start. Now we're pausing for a moment of prayer.
Each of these teams have great players, Mick. I think that, but each certainly is led by one player. For Putnam City North, quarterback Trent Fisher, an outstanding talent. Trent is a senior, 5'11", 175-pounder. He can run, he can pass, he can punt, he can kick, he can do about anything. Here he is in pregame warm-ups. Statistically, the one thing that jumps out at you as we take a look at the numbers, 25-2 as a starting quarterback the last couple of years, passing for almost 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. There you see his rushing numbers. Quarterback, free safety, place kicker. He does a little bit of everything for Mike Little, who calls him the best all-around player he's ever had, and Little's had some dandies.
Well, he has. He's the best offensive player they got, the best defensive player they got. He kicks. He'd probably return kicks that they just got to get him on the field so he can rest at some point.
How about the Jaguars? They have an all-around outstanding player as well.
Well, the longer this season goes on, the more excited people get about Jeff Frazier. Take a look at this guy, number 20, and he basically is the Westmoore offense. Sure, they've got a passing offense, and they've got it set up, but when they need the yardage, they're going to go to Jeff Frazier. 1,369 yards rushing this year. Look at that average. 6.3 yards a carry. Now, Jeff will be the first to tell you he's got a great offensive line, and he does. But at 6'2", 210, and speed to burn, he's a good reason that Westmoore is here in the finals, and they wouldn't be here tonight without him.
Should have a great ball game. Stay with us. We'll take a break and come back and give you starting lineups after this.
From up here, it's easy to see why Liberty just may be the area's most convenient bank. With 10 offices strategically located in Oklahoma City, Edmond, and Norman, Liberty Bank is living up to its commitment to provide the utmost in service and convenience. We want our customers to have easy access to one of Oklahoma's largest and strongest financial institutions. Liberty Bank, reaching out to serve you better. Drop in on us and get acquainted.
Need a little something extra to spice up your home? At Mathis Brothers, we've got it, and we've got it for less.
Our selection of over 40 curios is the best in the state, and so are the prices, starting here at only $128 with 2 doors, lights, and mirrored back.
If you have guns, keep them safe in a locking gun cabinet, starting here at only $168 on this 6-gunner.
These Ridgeway mantle clocks are only $68. They're identical to ones selling elsewhere for $200 and up.
Not big prices, just big values every day. That's how we do it at Mathis Brothers, 3434 West Reno.
You know, the hardest thing about being number one is staying number one. That's why Ford trucks keep getting better every year. And now just look what they've done to the 92 F-150. They made the front end sportier, more aerodynamic, made the instruments on the dash more accessible, and made the cab roomier and more comfortable than ever. Now, why do you suppose Ford would make all those changes if they were number one in the first place? Simple. The best never rests. See your Oklahoma Country Ford dealer today.
What does Santa get for Christmas? Make your Santa happy with Garfield's gift certificates. Garfield's, great food, great fun, and great gift certificates.
At ABC News, we have a singular mission: to report to you what is happening in the world, completely, accurately, in a timely and unbiased fashion. We take that mission very seriously. You can see it in our faces. ABC News, we're America's choice.
And live from Lewis Field in Stillwater, 7 minutes until kickoff in the 5A state championship football game. We mentioned Trent Fisher a moment ago, but he has some offensive teammates, Mick, that can play pretty well. The starting lineup for Putnam City North on offense. Putnam City North led offensively by quarterback Trent Fisher, number 15. The tailback, number 32, Jake Jensen. Fullback, 34, Greg Halsey. The receivers split in, number 17, Craig Schleshman. The flanker, number 82, Seth Gregory. The tight end, Chris Griffin. In the offensive line, the center, Mike Helton, number 56.
The guards, Joe Strike, number 74, and Andy Wood, number 75. And the tackles, Jason Bonnick and Chase McCubbin.
And that Putnam City North offensive unit has averaged 27 points a game. Now, on defense, you don't want to pass too much against the Panthers. They've got 19 interceptions this season.
They do. They play a base 5-2 defense, and here are the Panthers looking at you defensively.
For the Panthers defensively, nose guard, Bo Winneberger, number 38. The tackles, number 46, Tyson Bullard, and 78, Chase McCubbin. The defensive ends, Heath Satterfield, number 40, and Jason Guy, number 36. The linebackers, number 45, Scott Sedbrook, and Chip Snyder, number 43. The secondary for North, at cornerback, Phil Webb, number 35, and Jack West, number 28. And the safeties, at strong safety, Troy Hooter, and Fisher is the free safety.
And on defense, North average is just giving up 11 yards, and people don't even get 200 yards a game on them. They're a tough unit.
They are. As for Westmoore offensively, a team that starts out in the run and shoot, they decide mid-season to say, no, let's change offenses, let's go another direction, and here are the other guys that go that direction for Westmoore offensively.
For Westmoore offensively, the quarterback, number 15, Brian Newberry. Of course, the tailback, number 20, Jeff Frazier. The A-back, D. DeBro, number 23. The receivers, the split end, number 89, Chris Bradshaw. The Z-back, or the flanker, is Jason Crowley, number 42. The tight end, number 88, Denny Kennedy. And along the offensive line, the center, number 75, Bill Gann. Guards, Gary Warren and Rusty Goodman. And the tackles, number 65, Chad Dutton, and number 52, Brad Smith.
Westmore's going to have to run the football, and they do a pretty good job. 5.6 yards every time they rush. Not too bad.
Westmoore defensively, a very aggressive group that rushes the football very, very well, and they will have to play aggressive because North diversifies its offense. Let's take a look at Westmoore defensively.
Defensively for the Jaguars, the nose guard, number 58, Kyle Wolf. The tackles, number 64, Chad Pumphrey, and number 88, Denny Kennedy. The ends, number 82, Derek Elmore, and Lewis Griffin. The linebackers, a couple of juniors, number 50, Brandon Ross, and number 44, Chad Groover. And in the secondary, the cornerbacks, D. DeBro, number 23, Frazier on one corner, number 20, and the monster man, Ryan Wickersham, number 30, and quarterback Brian Newberry, also the free safety, number 15.
And these guys haven't lost a game since October 18th when they played Putnam North.
Kickoff 3 minutes away. Players coming onto the field as we speak. Stay with us. We'll be back for the kickoff in just a moment.
Dear Santa.
This year, Santa's getting lots of requests for gifts from Penn Square Mall, the perfect gift place for every Santa's helper.
Harley-Davidson World, home of genuine Harley-Davidson motor clothes and accessories. The first time you try them on, you'll feel the difference because the difference is legendary. You must see the classic styles in leather jackets and pants. Get the look in jeans, sweaters, and sports shirts. See the large selection of gift-giving ideas, all with a unique stamp of Harley-Davidson. Not to mention the gleaming accessories to deck out your Harley-Davidson. Ride in today to Harley-Davidson World, 2421 Southwest 29th, where the legend begins.
Hi, I'm Lloyd Sanders. If there's one reason why Diffie Motor Company has been such a success for the past 36 years, I think it's the fact that we have simply stayed on top of things. Things like knowing a good car when we see one, and giving people like you every dollar it's worth. At Diffie's, used cars are not just a small part of a large business. Used cars are our only business, and you're as important to us as the factory is to a new car dealer. Give us a chance to buy your car today at Diffie Motor Company, 5959 Northwest 39th Expressway, where we are still staying on top of things.
The Value Clipper is on its way, packed full with money-saving values on every page. And in the middle, a section from 5 Alive, featuring many coupons and offers from our participating advertisers. So clip and save with great values from the Value Clipper magazine. Taco Bell, bringing you more value. Hurry in today for the great tasting items on these 3 value menus and register for a chance to win a trip for 4 to any Southwest Airlines destination. This great trip brought to you by Taco Bell, KOCO, and Southwest Airlines.
I live in a house with 3 environmentalists. They are 10, 7, and 2. My children worry about what life is going to be like. With a year like this last year, it makes me feel a little bit better about the answers I can give them.
And welcome back to Stillwater, Oklahoma. There, a shot of the Putnam North followers, Mick, and a lot of them up from Oklahoma City. And we feel for our brethren over in Tulsa, but this part of the state kind of likes this matchup tonight.
Well, this is definitely an Oklahoma City high school wonderland. 2 schools from the Oklahoma City area playing for the state championship. Let's go quickly down to Myron Patton. Myron?
Dean, yeah, guys, I got an update on Brock Holland's injury. It's not broken. He was dodging a cheerleader, and they think it's just a bad sprain, but he is not going to play tonight. They're going to ice it down and take him into the doctor tomorrow. Bad break.
All righty.
Certainly is a bad break for a young man who's playing in one of the biggest games of his life.
No question about that. Seth Gregory, number 82, a 160-pound junior, will be starting now for North offensively, Mick, as North will kick off.
Heath Satterfield will be doing the kicking chores for Putnam City North. You see him gathering there. They will do that before every kickoff just to keep the other team off guard. And maybe, just maybe, they would try an onside kick from this position, but it would surprise a lot of people if they did it here to start off the 5A finals. Deep for Westmoore is one of the best kickoff return men you will ever see. Jeff Frazier averages 38 yards per return. He's back on the near side, and that's D. DeBro on the far side of the field. Heath Satterfield will get the 5A state championship underway, and they kick it to Frazier at the 4. Nice run back across the 25-yard line, and Westmoore will start the game offensively. There you see Jeff Frazier, number 20. They figure, Dean, to establish the run early, and Putnam North, conversely, would like to stop them from establishing the run early.
Well, Westmoore earlier in the season, Mick, threw the ball 15 to up to 37 times a game, but they decided to pump it to Frazier, and he's been getting the pigskin a lot. They'll do it from several different formations, mostly from the one back, which they start in here.
There you see a very strange running offense. D. DeBro going in motion behind Brian Newberry, who wants to pass on first down. He's got Frazier out of the backfield. First down. Tracked neat and knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field. Is that Trent Fisher, Dean, that ran him down? It is. What a start for Westmoore.
Wonderful call by Westmoore. A very high percentage pass as you watch Newberry, a rangy 6'3", 6'4" type quarterback, dump it off over the middle. And what better position for Westmoore than to give it to the outstanding running back in open field. He runs away from him, and Trent Fisher, who has outstanding speed, runs down the speedster in a big play to start it off.
Well, I told you they were going to establish the run, Dean, so they come out with a 35-yard pass on first down. Now Westmoore at the 39-yard line in Putnam City North territory.
Trips right, 3 wide receivers with the one back.
That's Bradshaw that caught the pass, and he's almost down to the 30-yard line. Call it the 31, a gain of 8.
There you go, Mick. Nice homework. Pass, huh? You told me you studied for months for this game.
Air Jaguars. Chris Bradshaw, number 89, 5'10", 175-pound junior. He is a big play kind of guy.
Newberry coming in from the season 185 out of 211 for 1,422 yards.
Second and short for Westmoore. We've just started. No score. They're at the 31-yard line on second down. Frazier. First down.
Well, that's what Westmoore does better than anyone around, Mick. They are just getting in the one-back set. They turn around and hand it, nothing fancy, to number 20. That's just a slant play.
He's got several options, doesn't he, Dean, about which hole he can go to here?
Well, he does. He just says he just wants his line to give him a little bit of a crack, and they do right here, and he flat out runs him around the corner, uses great speed, acceleration, and moves the chains, and Westmoore on the move at the 22.
Heath Satterfield, the fine defensive end for Putnam North, made that stop. It's 1st and 10 Westmoore at the 22-yard line. Frazier. A gain of close to 5 yards. They will knock him down between the 17 and 18-yard line.
Nice job offensively by the Jaguars in the line. Probably Goodman. We showed you the starters a while ago. He's number 79. Penalty on this play, but keep an eye on him. He's a fine offensive lineman.
Holding against Westmoore. It's the only thing that stopped them so far. Dean, we have a fine officiating crew tonight.
There you see him.
Holding, 10-yard penalty on the offense, still first down.
I like the back judge there. Mark Comia went to the Soviet Union with him a couple of years ago. Make all the rest of them solid as well, or they would not be in this ball game.
That'll bring up 1st down and 15. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
We didn't just go on a sightseeing tour. It was at the Sooner Stampede. Remember a few years ago when the squads went over there and played before the Soviets?
Trip receivers right for Brian Newberry. Frazier, the lone setback, who throws quickly to D. DeBro.
Nice job that time by Chip Snyder, the 5'11 junior, number 43 for Putnam City North, and staying in his position at linebacker. DeBro, though, a fine athlete.
Jason Guy in on the stop for the Panthers. There you see D. DeBro, who got that haircut just for this ball game this week. 5'7", 165 pounds.
Quick young man, strong. They use him a lot on reverses.
Bradshaw and Crowley and DeBro are all split wide left. Newberry throwing deep for Bradshaw. Incomplete.
Busted coverage there. Jason Crawley, number 42, comes in motion, and there's a busted coverage by Putnam North. Newberry, perfect execution. Unable to hang on to it, or Westmoore would be on the board.
It is 3rd down and 10 for Westmoore at the 22-yard line. If you just joined us, there is no score. 9:23 to play in the first quarter.
Newberry on target on all 4 tosses.
Throwing well. Trip receivers right this time. That's Chris Gillespie at the bottom of your screen. Chris Long went in motion. Draw play to Frazier. He stopped at the 15-yard line by number 45, Scott Sedbrook.
What do you do, Mick? You got a 4th and short. Although Westmoore is comfortable with their kicker, Chad Manley, and it looks like they will bring him on. They're a team that has not converted a lot of field goals. They do decide to go for the kick, apparently.
Well, coaches love to get that lead. I think they feel a lot better about themselves when they got the higher score on the scoreboard. Chad Manley has 4 field goals on the year. This one will be a 31-yarder. It is wide right. So after moving the ball well, a holding penalty stalled them, a drop pass crippled them, and Putnam North will take over. And we'll be right.
Shop North Park because you'll find quality merchandise in stores with great selections, plus friendly personal service. For your shopping success, come to the park. North Park, 122nd and North May.
Right now, your little cheaper dealer, Arthur Harris Ford, has brand new 92 Tempos with factory air for just $7,999. That's your little cheaper dealer, Arthur Harris Ford in Midwest City.
For Christmas time, it's $3.99 at Furr's. The $3.99 all-you-can-eat, that is, of everything we've got. Like all your favorite entrees, vegetables, salads, and desserts. All you can eat for just $3.99 at lunch, $4.99 dinner, and Saturdays. But don't wait around. You'll be late. This special offer ends December 28th. That's why we call this all-you-can-eat the Christmas time $3.99. Only at Furr's Cafeterias. Because it's here today and gone.
And we are back to live action. While we were gone, Jake Jensen carried a 6-yard run for Putnam North. However, there was a penalty holding against Putnam City North. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll be 1st down and 14 from their own 16.
And let's take a look at the play that we missed while gone. The pitch sweep, holding the call, and it will be brought back and negates a nice 6-yard pickup. But North has to feel fortunate to have escaped the first 7 minutes of this ball game without giving up points to Westmoore.
Fisher wants to throw on first down. Nice catch. Is that the big tight end? It is. Chris Griffin going across the middle. He's close to the 25-yard line. Gain of 9.
Nice protection. Good shot here. Mike Helt in the center. The rest of the offensive linemen who give a lot of time here to Trent Fisher, bouncing around on those feet, finds Chris Griffin. Watch the catch. Nice snag.
16th catch of the year for Griffin. 6'4", 205. Nice prospect. I formation for Putnam North. 2nd down and 5. Jensen. Across the 25 will give him a yard. Nothing more. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Brandon Ross, number 50, on the stop for the Jaguars. Putnam North likes to run that counter trap a lot, and you've probably seen it in the NFL a bunch. Washington Redskins run that very, very well. Pull the offside guard and tackle.
Seth Gregory checks into the ball game for the Panthers. 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score. Fisher overthrows Gregory.
Good job that time by the defensive end from Westmoore. The most dangerous thing about Trent Fisher is when he gets out on the corner around the end and he has the option to turn it up or to throw it. That time the run was essentially taken away, and although he had a receiver open, he threw it on the run, threw it high, and forced to punt is North, and guess who's punting? Number 15.
Trent Fisher. Bradshaw and DeBro back for Westmoore. Ball snapped from the 26. He bobbles the snap, gets it off.
North fortunate there. North fortunate actually to not have points scored upon them on the first drive. Fisher recovers what appeared to be a good snap. Looked like he just dropped the punt. But as Fisher does so often, he turns bad things into good things. That turns out to be a good punt.
How about
for
47
North.
yards and no return? Not bad, huh? We got more of the 5A state championship coming up in a moment. No score, first quarter.
Hi, this is Bob Mills, and I weigh 195 pounds. My entire weight is on this solid oak Keller dining room chair. Now, you don't want to try this with just any dining room chair, but because it's manufactured of solid oak, Keller offers a lifetime warranty on all of their oak products. Plus, today at Bob Mills Furniture, we're offering the double pedestal table with the leaf, 4 side chairs, $998. Solid oak with Keller's Kim Beer finish, 7 ways to pay, 7 days a week. At Bob Mills Furniture, I-40 in Portland, a working man's friend.
Have you received Audio Dimension's catalog of the good stuff? Like Phase Technology speakers featuring in-wall speakers for music where you want it. Audio Dimensions, Oklahoma City and Norman.
The Men's Warehouse opens in Oklahoma City.
If our substantially lower prices on men's designer clothing don't impress you, our excellent service will. I guarantee it.
The Men's Warehouse in Penn Square Mall on the lower level.
Introducing the Oldsmobile 88 Royale LS. Totally re-engineered with a more powerful yet fuel-efficient engine, electronically controlled transmission, anti-lock brakes, and a driver's side airbag. And we even made it easier for you to get one today, because now there's 2.9 APR financing for up to 48 months on any 9288 Royale. Oldsmobile. Discover the power of intelligent engineering.
Now, 2.9% interest from your leadership Oldsmobile team.
You're invited to visit Holiday Tree Fest at the Kirkpatrick Center Museum Complex now through January 3rd.
Bring the family and enjoy more than 40 Christmas trees, each decorated with over 350 handmade ornaments and 1,000 lights.
Tree Fest also features children's artwork from around the world and the Star of Wonder in the Planetarium. There are Santa Claus's cameras and even a Victorian winter garden.
Don't miss Holiday Tree Fest at the Kirkpatrick Center now through January 3rd. For more information, call 424-0066.
You get more news on 5 Alive News at 10.
And there you see the total yardage for the ball game. Westmoore had the ball, moved it well, but a penalty and a drop pass stopped them from getting any points on the board. North had to punt. Now Westmoore with its second possession of the ball game. They've got 1st and 10 at their own 27. 6:35 to play first quarter. Frazier has the football.
Boy, that's an outstanding run. Wow. Some guys make 5-6 yarders look like all-star plays. That was as good as you could do with that type of play.
Well, when you have good blocking and a good running back, you've got an automatic offense, and that's what Westmoore has discovered here in the latter stages of this season. The ball is now at the 33-yard line, 2nd down and 4.
Well, Jeff Frazier is quick to give praise to his offensive linemen, Mick, all of whom returned from last year as starters. One of them in there is a junior, Brad Smith, number 52.
Lewis Griffin now in the ball game. He's one of the wide receivers, split out wide to the right, but it's irrelevant because Frazier takes the ball and is wrapped up quickly. Was that Bo Winneberger streaking into the backfield?
I think it was.
There's Jason Guy, number 36. And Tyson Bullard was the defender, I believe, that got to him first. Let's take a look here and see.
Jason Guy, Mick, is a name you'll call often tonight, number 36 in the maroon. There he is at the bottom of your screen, getting in there at the last minute. Nice play by Winneberger, as you call, number 38, the nose guard. But keep an eye on number 36, Jason Guy, defensive end, 6'2", 200-pound senior.
Tyson Bullard, the guy who wrapped him up early there from his right tackle spot. Frazier has it. Penalty marker down. Ball is carried across the 45. It is an apparent first down, but let's check out the infraction.
Penalty in the holding area. What yardage or what room there was that time for Frazier as he was handed the ball with a lot of daylight.
We got a hold on the offensive team.
That's our third holding call of the ball game, 2 against Westmoore and 1 against Putnam North, as Joe Strike goes into the ball game. He's an all-state candidate, 6'4", 250-pound senior. He starts on offense, plays a lot on defense, but is not a starter.
Tyson Bullard, number 46, defensive end, and also some tight end there for Mike Little, limps off. Didn't look serious, but he did limp off.
Chase McCubbin checks out of the ball game. And into the secondary, Branson Washburn has checked into the ball game. It's 3rd down and 12. The ball is at the 24-yard line. They must get to the 36. Newberry to throw. For Griffin, threw behind him, incomplete.
Pretty good coverage that time by the North secondary. Frazier is such a dominant player. Anytime he's in the lineup, you just look for Westmoore to go to him. That time they were unable to find him. And Newberry off target. Really the first ball he's been off target on, Mick.
And now it's punt time for the Jaguars. Frazier gets off the punt.
Whoa!
A 36-yard punt taken by Chip Snyder with a fair catch at the 40.
Hey, nice math there, Mick. The guy hadn't even caught it. You're giving the yardage on him. It looked like, I kind of hollered in the middle of the kick. It looked like one of those that had a chance to boom had he gone ahead and turned it over. Wayne Estes, the coach of Westmoore today, was telling me as you watch Trent Fisher come off, or one of the North players, he was telling me that Frazier, obviously a great talent, but he doesn't like to practice punting. But the coach says, well, go kick it in a game anyway. He's kicked the 60-yard quick kick and has the capability of kicking 40, 45-yarders routinely.
He's a good one. They do like him as a punter. At the bottom of your screen, that's Jason Patrick, but the pitch is going to Jensen. Ball is loose. The officials signal that he was down, and he may have lost a yardage. Let's call it a loss of 3 inches. 2nd down, 10 yards, 3 inches to go. 4:15 to play, first quarter, no score.
On the tackle, Chad Pumphrey, number 64, and keep an eye on him tonight. I think we'll like watching him. Really the ringleader of this defense. He'll be all over the field. They list him at 185 pounds, more like 170. He's number 64 in white.
Seth Gregory splits wide to the top of your screen, and that's Craig Schlesman at the bottom. He's the favorite receiver, and that's who Fisher's going for. He's got him complete. Schlesman trying to break free and gets up to the 47-yard line. He's short of a first down. It'll be 3rd down and about 3.
Nice job that time by Fisher and North. 3-step drop. Watch him quickly. 1, 2, 3. Blitz on. Gets it off quickly as you call to his favorite receiver. Catches it short, picks up good yardage, and it brings up a 3rd and 3. can't get a sack on a blitz on a 3-step drop. Good job.
Patrick and Schlesman have switched sides in what would appear to be a running down for the Panthers. Now Patrick goes in motion. Jensen. I think he's got it. Where the official has his foot right now is a first down. It is a first down for the Panthers. They are just in Jaguar territory at the 49. And Dean, we talked about Jaguar. Now at Southern University, they call themselves the Jaguars. They don't like it when you call them the Jaguars.
I don't blame them.
But at Westmoore, the students want to be called Jaguars. I talked to some people in Miss Johnson's English class. They say it's correct.
They don't know. I know the girls you talk to. It's Jaguar.
Well, I had my wife look it up in the dictionary. She says it's Jaguar. But if the students want to be called Jaguars, so be it. Greg Hulsey got the carry that time. He may have picked up a yard off right tackle.
Ryan Wickersham in on that stop, the monster man. Pretty active player. He's a 6 foot, 170-pound junior, number 30. And there you see Hulsey, number 34, the fullback.
I said give him a yard. I was generous. Give him about 6 inches. Schlesman and Patrick are the wideouts. Play stopped before the snap.
We got a dead ball. Delay against the offense. 5 yards.
What a story. Whichever team wins, you got one that's undefeated. What are they, number 11 in USA Today, Putnam North,
Yes.
second straight year. Mike Little, of course, looking for another state championship. On the other side, you have Westmoore, obviously now the Cinderella team after losing 5 games this season. But what a story that would be if they were to be able to come in and pull this upset off. And I don't know if you can even call it an upset. I think this game's a toss-up tonight.
Well, the way Westmore's playing, I wouldn't call him an underdog to anybody. Again, 2 wide receivers. It's second down and 15. 2:06 to play first quarter. Thrown incomplete by Fisher. And Dean, the last couple of passes he's thrown have not been close, and he let the 25-second clock expire just moments ago.
Well, that one slipped out of his hand. That's a tough pass, throwing full speed on the run left. He's done it for a couple of years for North effectively. But Brandon Ross, number 50, came on a blitz that time, a linebacker for Westmoore, and put a little pressure on Fisher. And I don't know if that was the only reason, but that one was high and untouchable.
Fisher's favorite receiver, Schlesman, is split wide to the left, and he is being guarded closely by Jeff Frazier, who backs up out of your picture. They fake the draw play, looking deep for Schlesman. Frazier defending. Incomplete.
Schlesman wanting an interference call, I believe, but no flag. Looked like that ball could have been caught by someone as Mike Little talks to Schlesman. And we'll take a look at it. And from this angle, this is the angle where the ball will be thrown.
There's Frazier.
Frazier in good defensive position. And if he's not going to be a great tailback in college, I guarantee you he can play defense. Looked like it could have been caught, Mick, and maybe like a fly ball that was misplayed.
Well, it was definitely not pass interference on the defense. Here's a punt from the 46-yard line. Fisher gets it off. Ball hops under DeBro. Did he touch it?
Well, his teammate thought he did.
Westmoore has down the football at the 17-yard line. They'll have 1st and 10 going from west to east here at Lewis Stadium in Stillwater.
Well, I tell you, this North team is very well coached. They're a good club, and here you see the punt, and I'll get back to that thought in a minute, and we'll see if he touches it here.
That's DeBro.
Not a good play. That ball was close enough that his teammate behind him had to go after it in a wise play.
Westmoore escapes, and they have 1st down. Let's call it their own 16-yard line. They don't have enough players, do they?
They got 2 tight ends, and they have 10 players on the field.
I kept looking for another wideout, and here he comes off the sideline.
Well, you're trying to call that formation, and it didn't look right, huh?
Yeah, something was wrong with that setup.
What I was going to say about North is they are a very, very well-coached team, but I've seen them punt the ball about 15 times this year, and I've never seen one where it was a good snap, Fisher catches it and gets off a punt. I mean, something funny happens every time.
Well, I tell you, one of the problems is that Trent Fisher has to practice his offense, his defense. When does he get a chance to practice his kicks? Now, usually if the kicker doesn't participate in the offense and defense, the kicker is able to go ahead and practice by himself off to the sidelines and get in 3 to 4 times the practice that Trent Fisher is able to get in. He's at a big disadvantage in that respect.
Well, he is also in excellent shape, Mick. It's really tough to do what he does, but the guy is in incredible shape, a great talent, but he's having to work too hard to get those punts off, is all I know.
The rush is coming in pretty hard. Westmoore blocked a punt last week. Derek Elmore got it. It went out of the end zone for a safety, the only safety the Jaguars have been able to pull off this year.
Well, in a game like this, which could be low scoring, a play or two in the kicking game could be the deciding play. Let's go down the field and Myron Patton.
Guys, that last timeout had to be called because D. DeBrow was on the sideline. He had an equipment problem with his helmet, so Westmoore had to call a timeout.
Thank you, Myron. First down and 10 for Westmoore at the 16-yard line. They burned a timeout there on an equipment problem. Frazier has the ball across the 20. DeBrow was also the player that let the punt slip under his hands. That clock indicates the time remaining in the first quarter. And, Dean, this reminds me of last year's state championship game that you and I did from here. Again, there was no score in the first quarter in that game, and we expected it to be an offensive show.
That game, Lawton Eisenhower, there you see the total offensive yards for Jeff Frazier Jr. this year. But that game, Lawton Eisenhower, a dominant football team. I don't think either team really capable of blowing the other one out like we saw last year. Trip receivers right. Frazier the lone setback behind Brian Newberry on 2nd and 6. Wow, I tell you what, Newberry will come back to that play later in the game. He had a chance to get a bundle had he seen Chris Bradshaw. I believe that ball was intended for the inside receiver.
Crawley was the other receiver on that side of the field. Ball thrown behind him and short of Bradshaw. Bradshaw was able to get long earlier on Westmoore's first possession, but they were not able to complete the pass. It'll be 3rd down and 6. 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. No score in the 5A state championship game. That's Gillespie at the bottom of your screen. The throw complete to Griffin. First down, Jaguars.
Nice play, and that sort of resembles the run and shoot, which Wayne Estes says they did not run, although they have done some things that resemble the run and shoot. It's the quick 3-step drop they tried to play before. Watch Newberry. 1, 2, 3, gets it off. No chance for a sack, and he only needed 6 yards and picks up 8.
And Fisher was in there to make the tackle. He's awful close to the line of scrimmage for a safety. I guess when you have 3 receivers, you don't have any choice, do you?
Yeah.
There you see the first downs in the ball game. Westmoore with 3. You know, the first time these two teams played on October 18th, Westmoore dominated the first half. They're doing it again. Newberry throws. He's got Bradshaw. Very close to a first down.
Well, Mick, they have established the passing game.
They certainly have. You know, they told me they were going to have to pass to win, but we didn't know this was going to be Brigham Young. There you see the pass to Bradshaw. Glad to see him come back and make a reception after missing that one deep while ago.
I think you're going to have to see the corners adjust and come up a little bit for North, or Newberry is going to have some easy pickings on the sides.
Oh, we got a great game coming up. No score in Stillwater between Putnam North and Westmoore. We'll be back with a second quarter after this timeout.
When it comes to fast food, Arby's is better than what you're used to. To prove it, Arby's offers a
money-back quality guarantee.
If you don't think our sandwiches are the best you ever tasted after one bite,
you get your money back.
That goes for our lean roast beef and our delicious
grilled chicken, roasted chicken, fried chicken.
So come to Arby's, where the food is
definitely better,
or you get your money back. It's our quality guarantee.
For a limited time, get Arby's beef and cheddar sandwich, cheddar curly fries, and medium drink, only $3.50.
Listen up! I'm not here to babysit your panty waist. I'm here to make you better Nintendo players. So what does Mario do here, Mr. Jackson?
What?
Wrong. You. Wrong.
Do a little dance.
Wrong.
To get better at Nintendo, pick up super secret game tips on packages of Pepsi. Best of all, you could win one of thousands of Super Nintendo entertainment systems delivered via Federal Express.
Bo, I want you in my office now.
This kid's an animal.
You could win Super Nintendo with Pepsi.
These kids were all born after 1983, the year their fathers started using Glean. In their entire lives, they've never seen mustards, don't know what wild buckwheat is and wouldn't recognize henbit if they stepped on it. Chances are this generation never will know much about weeds, and that suits their fathers just fine.
Honda, Nissan, and Mitsubishi. A 92 Honda Civic DX 4-door as low as $164 per month. We've got the power. A 92 Nissan Stanza XE 4-door as low as $170.50 per month. You can't beat that. We've got the powers that move you. Powers Autoplex.
Jeff Frazier and the Westmoore Jaguars are moving the football again. They have 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Newberry dumps off to Griffin. He's got the ball on the 1st down. Lewis Griffin, 6'2", 245, a senior.
Hey, this is a great job by Newberry. He's looking for his wide receiver on the right. 1, 2, 3 again, the quick drop. He checks off. He's not open, so he comes back to Griffin. This guy's a player, 6'2", 245. Really about as talented as anybody on the field physically, and a great play for Westmoore.
And how about that camera work? That was beautiful. 1st down and 10 from the 32-yard line for Westmoore. Frazier has it. Knocked out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Gain of 5. I don't think yet tonight has Jeff Frazier been tackled by one guy. And Dean, the first quarter stats are out.
There you see the numbers, the Jaguars dominating. There you see them statistically 73 and 28 in passing and rushing. Time of possession over 7 minutes. But 0-0 as Westmoore missed an opportunity by dropping what looked to be a touchdown pass and then missing a chip shot field goal.
2nd and 5, no score, early 2nd quarter. Pass is complete to Gillespie. Close to a 1st down, inside the 25. Let's see where they mark it. At about the 24-yard line, which will bring up 3rd and a short 2.
Here's the high percentage short passing game, just a little stop route out there. Looks like the corners are adjusting, playing a little tighter. I believe that's Phil Webb on the corner, but still giving up some valuable yardage. Big play here, 3rd and 2.
Bradshaw. Pass interference has been called. Phil Webb's not going to like it. What they did was try to show the play that they just ran and send him deep, and he bumped him.
Boy, I tell you what, not to belabor the point, but they are not establishing the run. They are really putting it up.
Yeah, defensive pass interference against a defensive team. Offensive passing, yeah.
I don't know, Mick, if Westmore's coming in having that much respect for North defensively, or just saying we're going to air it out. We're going to do a little. We're going to trick them a little bit, but it's working. They're playing well. On 3rd and short, they go up top, and the bump is called.
The bump was so early you couldn't tell if it was a catchable ball or not. I don't think it would have been, but you've got to give the offensive team the benefit of the doubt when the bump comes that close to the time the ball was released.
Might have been uncatchable.
Dwight McFadden, he's at USC.
He's on the West Coast.
Jeff Frazier has it up the middle.
Putnam North said I saw enough of McFadden last year.
Nice hole there, opened up the middle by center Bill Gann. .10:20 to play and counting, 2nd quarter, no score in the 5A state championship game from Stillwater. Westmoore and Putnam City North.
Sound like the Atlanta Braves are here.
Frazier trying to get outside and run down from behind.
Well, you know, you've got to have confidence in your speed when you bring it back that deep. I mean, most players would go down the line of scrimmage and go ahead and get what they can, but Frazier dips that ball back. Watch him come back here.
Frazier doesn't lack for confidence, and with good reason.
Well, he's a good 100-meter man. Came in second in the 200-meter last year. Runs a 48.5 400-meter. Watch him turn that up and almost gets around the corner.
Heath Satterfield and Trent Fisher came all the way from his safety spot to get credit for that tackle. The officials have stopped play for an unknown reason, at least unknown to me. I assume they know why they did. Official timeout.
Westmoore wanting to punch this one in, missing that earlier opportunity. Another big play here, 3rd and 4 from the 7.
Pass was intended for Griffin, thrown low. He was well covered.
When you're down this close to the goal line, you don't have as much room. Therefore, the secondary up a little closer. This time, Chad Hooter, number 44 there, also has some help from a friend. That ball low and incomplete, and Westmoore will try its second field goal of the game.
Would have taken a perfectly thrown ball, but he was open momentarily. Chad Manley will try a 24-yard field goal to give Westmoore the lead. It's no good. Wide to the right.
Gotta hurt.
We'll be back after this message. 9:47 to play, second quarter. No score for the state championship.
I'm not going to brag about the special low price deals you can get right now at Subway. I'd rather eat this sandwich.
The 6-inch meatball sub, only $1.69, only at Subway.
Well, our boss is on vacation in Hawaii, so we've marked down our prices while he's gone, and boy, will he be mad. Sorry, boss.
At Walmart, we believe in having low prices all the time.
Hiya, friends, we're calling it quits, and this time we really mean it. It's our 3rd annual going out of business sale. We're back, but not for long.
At Walmart, we believe in having low prices all the time.
It's Truck Month at Broadway Ford, and have we got a selection for you. You could save a tub full of money, rebates up to $2,000. F-150 trucks, $9,950. Ranger trucks, $8,950. Shop Broadway Ford before you buy. Remember, that's Broadway Ford, 13241 North Broadway. Right, Tori?
Right, Papa.
Where you could save a buggy full of money, and that's no bull.
Number 19, Mike Baldwin, and number 62, Josh Poole, cheering on their Putnam North teammates. And Dean, it's all Westmoore.
It is in total yardage. Scoreboard, though, says 0-0, and you have to wonder how down Westmoore is about that, and can Putnam City North turn it around?
Westmoore has contained Trent Fisher offensively. He has yet to scramble out of the pocket.
And those are a couple of the keys to the game, containing those 2 stars.
Jensen. Close to the 25-yard line. Nice pickup. Almost 5 yards on the play. 9:34 and counting. Let's take a look at this play from our end zone camera. There you see Newberry, who's the quarterback, hit him first, and then D. DeBro comes in to level him off. 2nd down and 6. Schleshman is at the bottom of your screen. Fisher, options left, keeps. Hit hard by Lewis Griffin, but he has the first down.
Mick, we mentioned the keys to the game, and here they are. Westmoore must contain Trent Fisher. They've done that early, and they must establish a running game. Well, just now doing that, picking up a first down. As for PC North, contain Jeff Frazier. Well, not so good so far and vary its offense. They certainly have done that.
They have not had much offense, but you're right, they have been very diversified when they've done so. Fisher hands off to Holsey, big hole. Look at the little guy go. .59", 175-pound Greg Holsey.
Right up the middle. He's a junior, and he has lots of daylight. Not stopped until Lewis Griffin, who made the big reception a while ago as tight end or as a receiver, number 4, makes a stop.
First down and 10. North at its own 48-yard line. Officials stopped the play before the snap.
No wonder you looked at me strange a minute ago when I said that North was having success in varying its offense. I was thinking Westmoore, they're the team that was able to throw it.
5-yard penalty.
Illegal procedure will be a 5-yard call against North. Here's that run by Hulsey. Ooh, nice block there by Joe Strike. Did you see that to lift him through the hole? There you see Jeff Frazier driving him back, and he finally gets some help from his buddies. 6 penalties thus far. Both of these teams had quite a few penalties in the semifinals last Saturday here. 1st and 15. Fisher to throw. Scott Schlesman.
Whoa! Frazier on the stick on Schlesman.
Big time hit there.
You know, some people were thinking that he may not be physical enough to play in the secondary. Well, his coach says, yes, he is. And watch here as you see the bootleg.
Was that Frazier on defense?
Oh, yeah, one of the most effective plays by Fisher and North to Schlesman. The tandem pair up for what appears to be a nice completion. And from behind, Jeff Frazier. Solid tackle, and that one's hard to hang on to.
Schlesman has very good hands.
I think Westmoore got to another level by doing several things. One of the things is moving Newberry and Frazier to the secondary.
Fisher to throw on 2nd and long. Intercepted. Wickersham. Penalty flags all over the field. But after the interception, it would appear. Ryan Wickersham with the big turnover on the tipped pass. Let's check out the yellow.
Well, I think it's going to be on Putnam City North and maybe on number 17. That's what Westmoore thinks.
We have a dead ball, personal foul against the red team. 15 yards.
That's what it was, and it really hurts because as that play developed, Mick, it looked like it was well conceived.
Let's see this play. It could be critical. Fisher was throwing on 2nd and 15.
Actually a good throw. Right in the pocket, perfect shot, and it's intercepted. Chris Griffin
was the intended receiver.
Yeah, and so instead of being a completion past midfield after the return and the penalty, Westmoore takes it over as Wickersham brings it back. The penalty tacked on. It's 1st and 10 from the 28. Big play.
7:32 and counting to go 2nd quarter. Illegal procedure about to be called against the Jaguars.
Well, this is when a team gets really frustrated.
Dead ball, false start against the offense. 5 yards.
Psychologically, very important here for Westmoore to come up with some points. And I would think with the lack of success, as you see Mike Little trying to figure it out on the sideline, that they would likely not kick a field goal.
Their players just getting anxious here early. And there you see the false start. Looked like it was Brad Smith, number 52. It'll be 1st and 15 for Westmoore. Clock is moving. Now, some of you football fans may not be used to a clock moving after a penalty, but that's the case in high school sports. Jason Crawley in motion behind Newberry, who hands off to Frazier.
That's the way you have to stop a back like Frazier. String him out and gang tackle him, and that's what North did that time.
Scott Sedbrook in on the bottom of the tackle. 6 foot, 200-pound senior Scott Sedbrook, maybe the best tackler on the Putnam City North squad. 2nd down, 12, ball at the 30-yard line. If you just joined us, Westmoore has dominated, but there is no score. Newberry to throw. Does. He's got Kennedy. No flags.
Boy, that is a beautiful play. Well conceived, perfectly executed.
Denny Kennedy, 6'1", 220-pound senior, has just made a huge catch for the Jaguars. Credit Newberry.
Watch him hang on to it, Mick, here. You have to respect him as a runner. So the secondary reacts a little bit, and his receiver Kennedy comes open, hits him on the spot, and inside the 5 once again goes Westmoore.
And a good job by Westmoore's fine offensive line to not go downfield when it looked like Newberry may keep to run. First and goal. Frazier. Touchdown. Did you see what happened? Frazier gave the Desmond Howard Heisman pose, and they threw a flag.
Well, he's had a great second half of the year, but I think it's a little premature to be doing the...
Have you already sent your vote in,
the Heisman? Yeah, I have.
You could have voted for Jeff Frazier.
Flag down in the end zone.
We have a dead ball, personal foul, taunting against the white.
I thought it was going to be the Heisman foul. Pose foul.
Just when you thought you'd seen everything in high school football, Jeff Frazier poses for the Heisman Trophy. Westmoore leads it 6-0. I assume the infraction will take place on the kick. Is that what the official said?
Yes.
And the extra point will take place from its normal position. And we'll see if Crowley can hit the extra point, or rather Manley. It's no good. Chad Manley missed the extra point. And with 5:54 to play in the second quarter, Westmoore leads Putnam City North 6-0 in the state championship.
What does Santa get for Christmas? Make your Santa happy with Garfield's gift certificates. Garfield's, great food, great fun, and great gift certificates.
It's Christmas at Venture with our lowest price of the year on Ultra Wheel skates endorsed by Wayne Gretzky. Only $58.88. Just $34.88 for kids' Jetstreamer inline skates. And Venture has skate accessories too.
It's Christmas, Venture Christmas, family, friends, and memories.
From up here, it's easy to see why Liberty just may be the area's most convenient bank. With 10 offices strategically located in Oklahoma City, Edmond, and Norman, Liberty Bank is living up to its commitment to provide the utmost in service and convenience. We want our customers to have easy access to one of Oklahoma's largest and strongest financial institutions. Liberty Bank, reaching out to serve you better. Drop in on us and get acquainted.
We are back to live action, 5:54 in the second quarter, and after the penalty, the ball will have to be kicked from the 25-yard line. And there you see Frazier asking about his Heisman.
Well, apparently there's a concern on Wayne Estes' part as to what the actual call was.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, I know, but I'm wondering what Jeff Frazier's version was to the coach, who wants to know from the official. And I imagine that's what that explanation's about. Maybe Myron Patton can tell us more.
Westmoore will kick off. James Anderson with the ball at the 25. Schlesman and Jensen are back, and Jensen takes it at the 15. Breaks out close to the 40. Nice tackle by Chad Groover.
What's a nice open field tackle that time, because it looked like there was a hole there for him to run through. Let's go down to Myron and see what he can tell us about that penalty. Myron?
Well, guys, Jeff Frazier got that penalty for doing his little Heisman pose. Now, I don't know if you saw Coach Estes. He was not at all pleased with that penalty. He was arguing with the officials. Finally, though, they cleared it up, and now they're back to action.
Well, I don't blame him for arguing, but I'm not surprised it was thrown. Jensen, rather Moreland. Kenny Moreland checked in the game at tailback. First time we've seen him tonight. He will spell Jensen from time to time, and it is time. Well, 5:16 to play.
Coming into the game there, you see the scoring drive, 4 plays, only 28 yards after the interception and penalty. Frazier with a touchdown run, but coming into the game, Mike Little felt the strength of his team. Besides Fisher, the offensive line, you got to think now maybe they'll try to take advantage of that, and we'll see some running.
They give it to Holsey, who's fighting for a first down. He'll need a good mark to get it.
The tandem of junior linebackers, Brandon Ross and Chad Groover on the stop. There you see Wayne Estes. Mick, this guy, good coach, won the championship 77, Seminole. Out of coaching for a while, moved down to Dallas. Been back at it and doing a great job, and really has the Westmoore program in great shape. Told me today he's helping hire the junior high coaches. They run the same system all the way from junior high all the way through high school. That's one of the reasons for the success.
Fisher keeps on 3rd and short and has the first down. First down, Panthers at the Jaguar 49.
Well, North thinking right now, even though they've been dominated, first down's 8-4, and we saw the yardage a little bit earlier. If North could take this and get it in the end zone, kick the extra point, they conceivably could lead at halftime after being dominated.
Ball is given to Moreland up the middle, and he gets about 4 yards down to the 46-yard line. If you just joined us, Brock Hollyman of Putnam City North was injured in the pregame warm-up. He provides depth at the flanker position for the Panthers. They are pretty deep in that particular spot, but what a bad break for Brock Hollyman. You know, this ball game meant so much to him, and he's worked so hard to get here. The word we get from Myron Patton on the sidelines is that he will not play in this game. 2nd and 7. Moreland tackled in the backfield. Like a big play by Brandon Ross. Take a look, Dean.
Well, they're pulling those guards, or the guard and the tackle on the offside, and it looked like it was a tremendous play defensively that time. Chad Pumphrey, outstanding speed. We mentioned he's undersized, but very, very quick. And Mick, I don't know about you, I'm still not used to seeing the coaches walk on the field. I love to see Mike Little out there trekking along the 42-yard line.
Well, you know, some of these coaches call so many timeouts they might let her by the end of the year. They're out on the field so many times. Pumphrey, Dean, a great player on Westmoore's defensive front. 2nd on the team in solo tackles, 3rd on the team in assisted tackles. Usually linebackers are the guys that lead those statistics. Pumphrey right up there with them. Couple of timeouts for both teams. 3:05 to play, 2nd quarter. Westmoore leads it 6-0. They have dominated offensively in this ball game. They have missed a couple of field goals. They missed their extra point, and they dropped a pass that very well could have been caught for a touchdown. Putnam North is hanging tight.
We do have the Heisman pose from one camera. That touchdown's the one that got the penalty.
Let's take a look at what caused that 15-yard penalty after the final touchdown. There you see Jeff Frazier posing for the Heisman Trophy. If you're not a college football fan, a young man from Michigan named Desmond Howard did that about 2 weeks ago. He is the odds-on favorite to win the Heisman, and Jeff Frazier has copied that move. And as a result, North has better field position than it would have had.
Big
3rd and 8.
Big play. That time they say, Fisher, we're going to make you make the play. And Trent brings it out on the option. Tough run. Derek Elmore on the stop, and Mick, it'll bring up a 4th and short. And we'll watch it one more time. When your back's to the wall, as North's is, you go to your money man. It's Fisher on the corner. He doesn't want to pitch it. I don't blame him. He goes down. He gains enough yardage to where it's only 4th and a yard and a half. Play of the game so far for North.
And they will go for it. Hulsey made a great block on that last play. Kenny Moreland signaling for his crowd to quiet down so he can hear the snap count. Patrick in motion. Moreland.
I don't think he made it, and it sure looked like the hole was there. We'll see where they spot it.
Looked like he cut back and maybe shouldn't have.
I say he doesn't make it.
I think he's just got it.
Where'd they spot it? Boy, I tell you what, that gap was closed quickly by the secondary.
Take a look and see if he hadn't cut to his left at the last, if he might not have been able to pick up the first down more easily.
Great job by D. Dubrow, number 23, on the corner.
Well, I know it's a lot easier from here than it is from down there. Play looked a lot more well covered than I thought.
Oh, Mick. You're right, he made it by a hair. Wow.
Tough to call that one the other way when you're standing right there by the sidelines, you know?
Drive still alive, 2:18 remaining in the 2nd quarter.
And Kenny Moreland, the backup tailback, has been in this whole drive. as Mike Little gives Jake Jensen some rest.
North doing it the old-fashioned way. They're earning it on the ground. It's taken a while to do it.
Hulsey. Big hole, but boy, it closed quickly. Kyle Wolf getting off the bottom of that pile. Denny Kennedy in there as well. It's a pickup of 2 or 3. Let's call it 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 37-yard line. You see the clock at the lower right corner of your screen. That indicates the time left in the first half. Fisher to throw. Receiver fell down, and he would have been open.
North has had no luck throwing the football. That's the play specifically designed for Trent Fisher to throw to his buddy Schlesman, and Schlesman was open. As you mentioned, he fell, but I don't know that the ball would have been on target anyway. That's a play they've executed so well for so long.
That's a tough pass to throw, that out route that's that deep.
Well, it's a tough pass, but Trent Fisher can pull it off. Good pressure over there, but he's on the corner, turns his shoulders, and gets in good position, but no chance with Schlesman falling.
3rd down and 7. If you watched Putnam North in this 5A game last year, you'll remember a great running back named Dustin Caldwell. We understand he's in the stands tonight. He's just spent his redshirt season with the University of Oklahoma. 3rd down, Fisher wants to throw, and he's sacked by Griffin. Lewis Griffin with his 13th sack of the season.
Griffin has had an outstanding game. Nate made the big reception earlier, been in on several tackles so far, and Mick, Fisher is not easy to grab in situations like this. A slippery character. Look at the strength of Griffin, 6'2", 245, and strength in the hands.
And it brings up 4th and long.
Well, and that loss was so far back that it forces a punt. Otherwise, you think if you pick up 2, 3, 4, 5 yards, you go ahead and go for it, but now North forced a punt.
D. DeBro, the lone back for Westmoore, who thinking they might fake it. DeBro's chasing it to the far side of the field, but he lets it go. This is going to be another great kick by Trent Fisher. 36 seconds left in the first half, and Westmoore will start at its own 1-foot line. 47-yard punt for Trent Fisher. No return.
Great job, but Westmoore doesn't really care at this point. They put no pressure on Fisher. They say, we'll take our lead and go to the halftime locker room. A great kick by Fisher, but Westmoore really playing well, and what a story.
You know, they can't even down it. You know, the quarterback can't even crouch down. It'll be a safety. They've got to run the quarterback sneak and get out to the line of scrimmage.
Looking forward to seeing what Wayne Estes says on the way to the halftime locker room. Believe Myron Patton will chat with the coach.
Quarterback sneak. He moves it about 4 yards out. And, of course, Jerry Park will be coming to us at halftime. Our Liberty Bank and Trust halftime report. The first half is going to come to a close.
I got him. What camera you want?
Our score, Westmoore 6, Putnam City North 0.
Well, can North make the adjustments at halftime as you see the teams heading to the locker rooms? Westmoore dominating here in the first half and should have been ahead a lot more than they are at 6-0.
And I think Myron Patton is standing by with Wayne Estes.
Is that called taunting?
When that's all, when they call it taunting.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I've got Coach Wayne Estes. Coach, you did not like the taunting call they made right in the second quarter.
Well, he shouldn't have done it. All he did was a Heisman deal, or, put that out there. He didn't put the ball in anybody's face, but that's over with. We got to go on from there. We got to convert the 3rd down and 4th down or kick the field goal. We've been down 3 times and got 6 points out of it, and we should have had 2 more, at least 2 field goals.
Everybody knew that Jeff Frazier would get the ball a lot, but you threw the ball with some success the first half.
Oh, we got great receivers, and Brian can throw the ball. So, we've got to throw the ball because they've got a great defense and going to stop our running. They're taking their slant away from us, but we're going to throw the ball and loosen them up, and that'll open the run up.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, Myron, thank you. Good to hear from the coach, and we will hear from Mike Little as the second half continues a little bit later. But right now, let's take a timeout with the halftime score. Westmoore 6, PC North 0.
See these glasses? Yeah. They're made by L's with 22 karat gold. Wow. See these holly bears and stuff? Yeah. That was painted with those tiny little elf paintbrushes. Really? And then Santa puts his big bow around and poof! The bow turns to glass. Wow.
Holidays Bow Stemware. Beautifully crafted with charming glass bows. Now available at Arby's for this great price.
Listen up! I'm not here to babysit your panty waist. I'm here to make you better Nintendo players. So what does Mario do here, Mr. Jackson?
What?
Wrong. You. Wrong.
Do a little dance.
Wrong.
To get better at Nintendo, pick up super secret game tips on packages of Pepsi. Best of all, you can win one of thousands of Super Nintendo entertainment systems delivered via Federal Express.
Bo, I want you in my office now.
This kid's an animal.
You could win Super Nintendo with Pepsi.
These kids were all born after 1983, the year their fathers started using Glean. In their entire lives, they've never seen mustards, don't know what wild buckwheat is, and wouldn't recognize henbit if they stepped on it. Chances are this generation never will know much about weeds, and that suits their fathers just fine.
You know, 14 years from now, this little fella will look sort of like that. Now, 14 years is a long time. That's how long I've owned that Ford truck. And that's how long Ford trucks have been #1 in America. And your Oklahoma Country Ford dealers are committed to staying #1. So they're offering leadership celebration savings on the all-new 92 F-150. I guess they know it takes deep roots to grow stronger and better. See your Oklahoma Country Ford dealer today.
Tonight's 5A Championship halftime report is brought to you by Liberty Bank, a bank of mid-America.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jerry Park, and welcome to our Liberty Bank halftime report of the 5A championship game between Putnam North and Westmoore High Schools. We'll have highlights of the first half a bit later in our telecast. You know, both Putnam North and Westmoore are fairly new schools in our state. As you can see by the following reports, both are winners both on and off the field. The Panther, known for both power and intellect, is an appropriate mascot for Putnam City North High School. North teams score well, both on the field and in the classroom, with 8 state academic championships won by athletic teams and numerous other academic titles.
I think it is so positive. I think the teachers are 100% behind the students, the faculty, everyone, just the whole attitude.
It might be called a family attitude, extending from the well-equipped classrooms out into the community, where patrons regularly pass education bond issues and provide strong support for their schools.
Probably most importantly, every day they tell their children, beginning in kindergarten, how important it is to do well at school.
Apparently, the students listen. 85% of North's graduates go to college, and last year's senior class generated $2 million in scholarship offers. On or off the field, the Putnam City North Panthers have good reason to be proud. The Westmoore Jaguars are proud of their football team, justifiably so, but there's a lot more here to brag about. Now home for 1,670 students, the sparkling new $13.75 million school just opened in 1987 and promptly began to make a name for itself. Both the yearbook, a trend-setting 400-plus page volume, and the student newspaper are consistent award winners. The 13,000-book media center would be the envy of any school, and the students are making the most of an excellent opportunity.
They've given us a really good school. It's evident in the fact that we've had, I believe, 11 National Merit semifinalists this year. And the facility, the classrooms are top rate. Most of the teachers are top rate. Got a lot of really good teachers here that have had a lot of influence on a lot of students that I know of, and they've given us a really good job.
A very good job indeed. 5 Alive is proud to salute the Westmoore Jaguars. 2 great schools, we think you'll agree. Well, we are at halftime of the Putnam North Westmoore 5A Championship football game. Westmoore leading at the half, 6-0. We'll be back with more of our Liberty Bank halftime report after these messages.
Mom, bring the kids to Windsor Hills Center this Saturday to see the arrival of Santa and get their pictures taken with him. This Saturday from noon to 3 p.m. at Windsor Hills, Northwest 23rd and Meridian.
Garfield's Party Platters make your party something special. Complete prime rib dinners, vegetable trays, sandwiches, and shrimp. Garfield's does the work. You get the credit. Garfield's Party Platters. Order yours today.
Big bowl game coming up. You gotta have a big screen TV.
Hitachi's UltraVision 46-inch TV. What a picture. $110 a month.
At Soundtrack.
Howdy, folks. Tall Paul here. You know, auto insurance rates today are out of this world. Well, we can help you with monthly payments that are more down to earth. So always remember,
Protecting all the things you own, like cars and trucks and mobile homes. With accidents or tickets too, call and we'll take care of you. 524-1541.
so if you haven't got the right coverage and feel a little lost in space, call Tall Paul at Paul Meade Insurance.
If you want to recline, you buy a recliner, right? Not necessarily. Many of our living room sets at Mathis Brothers now have recliners built in, like these special purchase groupings from Lane. Sectionals in many styles and fabrics. Values from $1,200 to $2,000, priced at half that. Prices on sofas with 2 Lane recliners built in now start here at only $4.99. And this Lane sectional is just $9.88, including a built-in inner spring sleeper and full recliner. Get comfort with fashion now at Mathis Brothers, 3434 West Reno.
Well, welcome back to our Liberty Bank halftime report of the Class 5A State Championship football game. You know, over the past season on our Prep Sports Extra telecast, we've had highlights of literally hundreds of prep football games. Sports photographer Mike Hidnight put some of the best of those to music. Thank you, Mike. I think everybody will agree there's some great football talent in the state of Oklahoma. Two of those teams are playing right now, or will be in a few minutes, for the state 5A championship. We're a couple of minutes away from the second half kickoff between Putnam North and Westmoore, tonight's 5A state championship football game. I'll be back in just a moment. We'll have first half highlights.
A formal statement from the Men's Warehouse.
Some of us get our tuxedos for free. Others pay $3.50. You could rent one for $60 if you don't mind wearing someone else's clothing. Or at the Men's Warehouse, you can buy this wool tuxedo for only $2.29. And after you wear it, the tux stays in your closet. Sending it back is for the birds. I guarantee it.
The Men's Warehouse in Penn Square Mall on the lower level.
For Christmas time, it's $3.99 at Furr's. The $3.99 all-you-can-eat, that is, of everything we've got. Like all your favorite entrees, vegetables, salads, and desserts. All you can eat for just $3.99 at lunch, $4.99 dinner, and Saturdays. But don't wait around. You'll be late. This special offer ends December 28th. That's why we call this all-you-can-eat the Christmas time $3.99. Only at Furr's Cafeterias. Because it's here today and gone.
From up here, it's easy to see why Liberty just may be the area's most convenient bank. With 10 offices strategically located in Oklahoma City, Edmond, and Norman, Liberty Bank is living up to its commitment to provide the utmost in service and convenience. We want our customers to have easy access to one of Oklahoma's largest and strongest financial institutions. Liberty Bank, reaching out to serve you better. Drop in on us and get acquainted.
Well, welcome back, friends. We are at halftime of the Putnam North Westmoore football game for the state 5A championship. 2 quarters to play. Westmoore is in the lead, 6-0. Let's take a look at the highlights. Very first scrimmage play of the game. Westmoore's Jeff Frazier with a great run as the Jaguars move down to the field. A great run after a very nice pass from Brian Newberry. North's defense holds, however. Westmoore tries a short field goal, but it's no good, way wide right. In the second quarter, Westmoore moving again. Newberry, nice pass right over the middle to Lewis Griffin. He's finally brought down, good for a first down. Westmoore driving, they get a little help here. Pass interference called against Putnam North's defender. But again, North's defense holds, and again, Westmoore tries the field goal. Again, it's wide. Still 0-0 second quarter.
It's no good.
Putnam North with the ball now late in the quarter. Trent Fisher back to pass, but watches it's intercepted by Brian Wickersham. And he makes a nice run, bringing it back in to Putnam North territory. Westmoore on the move. Newberry back to pass. He's forced to scramble. Finally throws. Good to Denny Kennedy inside the 5-yard line. Couple of plays later, it's Jeff Frazier into the end zone for the only score of the first half. At intermission, Westmoore is on top, 6-0. Well, that's our Liberty Bank halftime report tonight. Mick, Dean, and Byron will be back in just a couple of minutes with second half action between Westmoore and Putnam North. Thanks for being with us. I'm Jerry Park, and I hope your team wins. Good evening, everyone.
Tonight's 5A Championship halftime report has been brought to you by Liberty Bank, a bank of Mid-America.
We've got the powers that move you.
Honda, Nissan, and Mitsubishi. A 92 Honda Civic DX 4-door as low as $164 per month.
We've got the power.
A 92 Nissan Stanza XE 4-door as low as $170.50 per month. You can't beat that.
We've got the powers that move you.
Powers Auto Place.
This holiday season, people who have a lot to buy will find a lot to like in the Walmart price. Like the Presto Tater Twister for curly fries and fancy cuts in seconds. It's just $24.76. Or the Bissell Carpet Machine for professional-style deep cleaning. Just $89.96. The longer your list, the more you'll like it. The Walmart price. 'Tis the reason you'll be jolly. Walmart, always.
Tonight on your way to the Lake Edna Christmas tree lighting, stop by KFC for a holiday deal. For just $9.99, get a meal of chicken with large mashed potatoes, gravy, 4 biscuits, and coleslaw. Or get original recipe, extra tasty, crispy, and hot wings in a variety bucket. Or get a jumbo bucket of 36 hot wings. These make great stocking stuffers. Just kidding. Happy holidays.
KFC holiday deals, just $9.99. Get them in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
Now, just in time for Christmas, the highest flying gift of all, Aerospace America 91 Highlights. 90 minutes of America's greatest air show. The perfect gift for anyone who loves the wonder and excitement of world-class flying. Call 1-800-782-8686 or send a total of $27.95 to Aerospace America Highlights, Post Office Box 14624, Oklahoma City 73113. Landed under your tree this Christmas.
And welcome back to Stillwater. Dean Blevins along with Mick Cornett, Myron Patton down on the sideline. We appreciate Jerry Park back with halftime highlights back in the studio, Mick. I was about to say a shocker. I don't know if you can call it a shocker because Westmoore has played so well late in the season. They're winning 6-0. Let's take a look statistically, Mick, and see what you think. Here are the numbers.
Keep in mind, Putnam North has come from behind 5 times this year, but these numbers are not indicative of a good first-half performance. Dean, you see the Jaguars leading in passing, rushing fairly equal. First downs, 8-5 Jaguars. The Panthers have had the ball more, surprisingly, and both teams have been stricken by penalties.
130 yards passing, and looking at the individual numbers passing, a great first half by Brian Newberry. 8 of 11, 2 of 8 for Fisher for only 16 yards. And the great running back at Westmoore, Jeff Frazier, has been held pretty much in check, but still he is obviously a real talent.
Well, his big play was that pass reception early on that got Westmoore some momentum early, and really Putnam North has never really had the momentum, I felt like, in the entire first half of play.
Mike Little will be coming out with his Putnam North team soon. Myron Patton will chat with him, but first let's take a timeout. We'll come back to Stillwater after this break.
When it comes to fast food, Arby's is better than what you're used to. To prove it, Arby's offers a
money-back quality guarantee.
If you don't think our sandwiches are the best you ever tasted after one bite,
you get your money back.
That goes for our lean roast beef and our delicious
grilled chicken, roast chicken, fried chicken.
So come to Arby's, where the food is
definitely better,
or you get your money back. It's our quality guarantee.
For a limited time, get Arby's beef and cheddar sandwich, cheddar curly fries, and medium drink, only $3.50.
Listen up! I'm not here to babysit your panty waist. I'm here to make you better Nintendo players. So what does Mario do here, Mr. Jackson?
What?
Wrong. You. Wrong.
Do a little dance.
Wrong.
To get better at Nintendo, pick up super secret game tips on packages of Pepsi. Best of all, you can win one of thousands of Super Nintendo entertainment systems delivered via Federal Express.
Bo, I want you in my office now.
This kid's an animal.
You could win Super Nintendo with Pepsi.
These kids were all born after 1983, the year their fathers started using Glean. In their entire lives, they've never seen mustards, don't know what wild buckwheat is, and wouldn't recognize henbit if they stepped on it. Chances are this generation never will know much about weeds, and that suits their fathers just fine.
Hello, I'm Greg Whitlow, pastor of Lakeside Assembly, inviting you to our annual Christmas Praise Concert, December the 7th at 7 o'clock p.m. and December the 8th at 3 o'clock p.m. You'll enjoy the very best in traditional and contemporary Christmas music as you hear the Lakeside Choir accompanied by our 30-piece symphonic orchestra. That's Lakeside Assembly Christmas Praise Concert, December the 7th and 8th. Love to see you there.
And welcome back to Stillwater. Myron Patton standing by with Putnam City North coach Mike Little. Myron?
All right, thanks, Dean. Coach, you're down 6 points, but you have to be a little bit fortunate. We're deep in your territory several times.
Yeah, this has happened the same in the first game. You know, we were very fortunate we're not down more. They're getting off their blocks extremely quick. Their defense is, they're out quicking us. We're doing a lot of good things. We're going to have to get a little bit quicker. We got to make some more things happen, make a few more positive things. You know, we're going to really play better this half.
They threw the ball with some success the first half. Did that surprise you?
No, it doesn't surprise us. I mean, they got some tall people out there, and they're going to attack. You know, we got some people not quite as tall, and it doesn't surprise us. I mean, it's an aspect of their game that puts a little pressure on us out there, but that's what it's about.
What was the mood of the team at halftime?
Well, you know, they're not, you know, I mean, they come in. We've been in these situations before. I think the kids will respond. They have before. You know, we just got to make things happen and quit sitting back and waiting for things.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All righty, Myron, thank you. And anyone who follows Oklahoma football knows that Mike Little is an outstanding high school coach, and we'll see if he can make some halftime adjustments. I know I certainly respect him, and I know other coaches around the state do as well.
Interesting, one thing he talked about how well Westmoore was playing, giving me the indication he didn't think his team was playing all that poorly, but they were getting outplayed. And that's got to be a little scary for a team that's 13-0, thinking he's getting outplayed by a team that's lost 5 games, and that he beat.
Right, and I think that he'll probably need his quarterback to step up and make the big plays. Trent Fisher, game in and game out this season, has done that this season and last year. He did not have a particularly strong game last year in the game we televised here from Lawton Eisenhower's game. There you see the season record, 13-0 of Coach Mike Little of Putnam North. But now is time for Trent Fisher to step up and to play well here in the second half. Give credit, though, to the Westmoore defense.
Well, Westmore's defense up front, I think Lewis Griffin, Chad Pumphrey, Denny Kennedy, Derek Elmore, Kyle Wolf, that entire starting front 5 has to be credited right now with that 0 that Putnam North has on the scoreboard. They have contained Trent Fisher for the most part, and they've done a good job on the 2 running backs, although they have had some success with Jensen and Hulsey. But like I mentioned a few moments ago, North has been behind 5 times this year, and they won, of course, every one of those 5 times.
Well, now, what's the other big statistic about teams that have played in rematches for title games? 12. This is the 13th.
This is the 13th time that teams have rematched in the state championship and had met earlier in the season, and every time the team that won earlier also won the state title.
Every time.
Every time.
Wow, unlucky 13 this time, huh? Jeff Frazier.
Doesn't think so.
1 reception, 45 yards. You saw the numbers on his rushing totals in the first half. And it's time for football, Mixter.
James Anderson will be doing the kicking for Westmoore. Ball placed at the 40-yard line. Schlesman and Jake Jensen are deep for the Panthers. Jensen at the 4.
There's a hole.
Oh, the old kicking game. Jake Jensen took it at the 4. Before he was brought to the turf, he was almost to the 50.
What field position for Putnam City North. Jensen, Moreland, and Schlesman, 2 speedsters on the North team, second in the sprint relay last year in the state 5A meet, and watch the hole up the gut, and the ball will be brought out to midfield where Trent Fisher and company take it over.
1st and 10, Fisher has it.
Trap option down the line. I have a feeling the adjustments have been made at halftime. We'll see if North can take advantage of what they perceive as holes maybe that they didn't take advantage of in the first half.
And I get some indication from the North offensive line down there that they're trying to hurry things up and quicken the pace.
Yeah.
Why would they be doing that?
Well, it was a quick first half. I think that they feel they need to get some momentum, maybe a little sluggish in the first half, change things up. They were defeated in the first half.
2nd and 6, and illegal procedure is going to be called on Putnam North.
There's that counter trap where they pull the offside guard and tackle. Wasn't able to develop.
Offensive line, 2nd down, 5 yards.
You know, these officials are not used to talking on television. You see the college and the NFL officials, they do it every week. But I think the officials are doing a great job of adjusting to television tonight. Watch Bonnick. I believe it's 76 there.
There they go. I was mentioning the offside guard and tackle. They were pulling from the offside, and you're right, the tackle was guilty of offside. 2nd and 11.
3 wide receivers for North.
Run design all the way. Quarterback draw.
Fisher into the secondary where Ryan Wickersham stops him, but not before. He's got a Panther first down. If you ran for a sandwich and just joined us after halftime, there's 10:46 to play in the 3rd quarter. North got a big kickoff return from Jake Jensen, and now they pounded out a first down, and they are working quickly.
Quarterback draw all the way. Nice job by Joe Strike, number 74. Fine offensive lineman.
Ball is given to Holsey up the middle, and he bangs around like a pinball and gets 4.
Intensity seems to be picking up a little bit for the Panthers.
Gain of about 3 for Holsey. If they mark it, we're going to call it 2nd and a short 7. Jason Patrick splits wide right. Schlesman at the bottom of your screen. Fisher wants to throw. Changes his mind. And he's hauled down by Brandon Ross. He's got a short gain. North continues to move the ball quickly, and Denny Kennedy is going to have some attention, Dean. He's come up with a leg injury of some sort.
Kennedy in obvious pain, and you mentioned Fisher wanting to pass. That's what he was wanting Westmoore to think. He was wanting to run all the way. Had a quarterback draw called. We'll take a break. 3rd and 3 when we come back. Westmoore leading. 9:52 remaining third quarter. 6-0.
It looks like Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, but it's Trey Chic in North Park Mall. Get the advantage of Trey Chic, the fashion experts. Trey Chic.
Hi, I'm Lamont Henderson at Broadway Ford, 13241 North Broadway, near Edmond, where you save money. Right, Frank? Right, Tori?
Yeah.
And that's no bull.
Garfield's Party Platters make your party something special. Complete prime rib dinners, vegetable trays, sandwiches, and shrimp. Garfield's does the work. You get the credit. Garfield's Party Platters. Order yours today.
We've got the powers that move you.
Honda, Nissan, and Mitsubishi. A 92 Honda Civic DX 4-door as low as $164 per month.
We've got the power.
A 92 Nissan Stanza XE 4-door as low as $170.50 per month. You can't beat that.
We've got the powers that move you.
Powers Auto Place.
Denny Kennedy has checked out of the game with an injury, and Chad Dutton has come in at right tackle in his spot. It's 3rd down and 3 for Putnam North at the 33-yard line. Jensen, 1st down. Nice blocking up front by the right side of the Putnam City North offensive line.
This is nothing but a toss sweep. You see Nebraska running a lot. Nice job, opens up some holes. Mike Little tells me that he's no fool. He's going to copy teams that do things well in the college ranks defensively. He sort of likes Oklahoma's 5-2 style. He likes some of the things Florida State does offensively, the sprint draw, for example, and loves the toss sweep that Nebraska runs, and that's it right there.
Problem with equipment on one of the Westmoore players. I believe that's Ryan Wickersham. And there you see him working on the leg of Denny Kennedy.
Kennedy, a great athlete, catcher and baseball wrestler, 3rd in the state last year at 190 pounds.
And we'll get an injury report on him soon. 1st and 10, Putnam North. This is their farthest penetration of the ball game. Jensen. Across the 20, pickup of 3. 9-10 and counting in the 3rd quarter. North has been blanked this evening. Checking into the ball game for the Panthers is Seth Gregory. And after this play, we will check on the injury to Denny Kennedy. It's 2nd and 7. Jensen trying to get outside. He can't do it. Brandon Ross is in the backfield.
Boy, Ross has been everywhere. Really a pleasant surprise for Westmoore this season.
Let's go to Myron Patton.
All right, Dean, update on Denny Kennedy. He sprained his left ankle. Doesn't appear to be too serious, so it's going to tape it up, and he should be back in the ball game.
Great. Glad to hear that, Myron, and thanks for the report. It's 3rd down now and 8, and suddenly North is in a passing situation.
Could be, Mick, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would say they would throw, but they've run the quarterback draw effectively. If they can get 4 or 5 yards, I say they go for it on 4th. Reverse.
Schlesman has it. He's got blockers. He stepped out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Outstanding speed by Schlesman. It appeared that the Jaguars had it defended fairly well. Into the bag of tricks. On the biggest game thus far for Putnam City North, they go to the reverse.
Lewis Griffin almost had him. But great open field running by Schlesman. There's Newberry missing him. Frazier can't get him, but it looks like he did get him out of bounds.
Schlesman may be 140 pounds, but we do know this pretty quick. Nice move there.
They brought him out of the game.
Big
it's
play.
1st and goal at the 5. Jensen, big hole.
Westmoore does a great job defensively of closing those holes quickly. You think of great college football teams, even high school teams defensively, when it appears a hole is there, before you know, think of Miami defensively. Looks like a hole's there. All of a sudden, you see 3 or 4 players coming from nowhere. Westmoore does that very, very well.
Well, the right side of Putnam City North's offensive line is huge. Joe Strike, the right guard, 6'4", 250. Jason Bonnick, the right tackle, 6'3", 325. 2nd and goal at the 2. Jensen. Touchdown.
Well, North comes out, gets the ball to start the half. They use a great kickoff return, get it at midfield, and take it the distance. 7:15 remaining 3rd quarter, making to cap that drive. They do nothing fancy. 2nd and goal from the 2. And they knock it right up the middle.
Kind of a big kick. It's tied 6-6. And Trent Fisher is trying to try an extra point. It's good, and Putnam City North has taken the lead with 7:15 to play in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back with some exciting football as these 2 teams contend for the 5A state championship.
They're here just in time for the holidays. They're the all-new line of Lazy Rest recliners from Lazy Boy.
All the same Lazy Boy comfort and quality at new lower price points. Prices range from $199 to $248 on these full-scale rocking recliners, covered in Herculon, Quality Advantage, 3-year wear warranty fabrics.
At these prices, they make tremendous gifts and a great seat for this year's bowl games. Shop all the new line of Lazy Rest recliners any evening till 10 and Sundays until 7 through the holidays at Mathis Brothers, 3434 West Reno.
Dear Santa, now that I am almost grown up, I guess I can tell you. I know that Mom and Dad are your helpers, because you have so much to do on Christmas. So could you please take my presents to Penn Square Mall? Because that's where my Mom and Dad shop. P.S. I saw you kissing my mom last Christmas Eve. Love, Annie. Let's go mail this.
Penn Square Mall, the perfect gift place for every Santa's helper.
When it comes to fast food, Arby's is better than what you're used to. To prove it, Arby's offers a
money-back quality guarantee.
If you don't think our sandwiches are the best you ever tasted after one bite,
you get your money back.
That goes for our lean roast beef and our delicious
grilled chicken, roast chicken, fried chicken.
So come to Arby's, where the food is
definitely better,
or you get your money back. It's our quality guarantee.
For a limited time, get Arby's beef and cheddar sandwich, cheddar curly fries, and medium drink, only $3.50.
And here's the touchdown that ties it. Watch the block by 34, the fullback Greg Halsey. Super lead block. Jake Jensen goes in, and the extra point will be good by Trent Fisher. And Putnam City North roars back. Mick taking the 2nd half kickoff, lead 7-6, 7:15 remaining 3rd quarter.
And you're exactly right about Halsey. He has blocked very, very well tonight. And Oklahoma is one of the few states that allows high school players to block below the waist if the ball has not crossed the line of scrimmage. And that enables a player like Halsey, who's not very big, to compete. Here's the kick. And it's taken by Frazier, rather. Frazier across the 45. How many guys does it take to bring him down?
I tell you what, I'm no Rhodes Scholar, but if I'm kicking off, I don't kick it to number 20. He's the best runner in this part of the country, apparently. We didn't know it when we picked the top 10 list, but he obviously is.
Well, you're right on both counts. You are not a Rhodes Scholar, and he is a very good player. A 38-yard return. Dean, that's his average return for the season.
Exactly. Exactly. North took advantage of its return back to midfield. Frazier takes it out to the 46.5. Can Westmoore take advantage?
1st and 10 at their own 47.
What were your grades, by the way?
Frazier to the 50.
I think the key to the game right now, can Putnam North step up and stop Westmoore? They didn't do a very good job of it in the first half. They've seized momentum. Can they keep momentum right now?
6:28 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Putnam City North leads Westmoore 7-6 in this 5A state championship game on 5 Alive television in Oklahoma City. Trip receivers to the right. Newberry has been playing great as the Westmoore quarterback. He wants to throw. Keeps it, and what a great job by nose guard Bo Winneberger. You know, Dean, he was a linebacker at the beginning of the year, but an injury to Matt Hine forced North to make some changes, and Winneberger has turned into a fine nose guard.
Well, he has, but that play actually made by Jason Guy, who has had just a standout season, Mick. And that time, I guess it was a quarterback draw all the way. Newberry goes back 5 steps. It looked like he was thinking quarterback draw. Whatever, 3rd and 7, big play. But you're right on Winneberger. He's had an outstanding season.
Officials say he did not get it off. Boy, this is going to be a costly penalty here.
And
well, they're pointing, saying it was motion. Perhaps it was.
Start.
Yes, it was.
Penalty.
I erred.
The
clock was at 0, but I guess he just got it off, and they called illegal procedure against Westmoore. It's going to make it about 3rd and 13. Newberry threw for 130 yards in the first half alone. For the season, he's completed 49.8% of his passes. His average completion, 13 yards. He's had 12 interceptions on the year. This is a big down for he and Westmoore. He still has it. Dumps it off. And Frazier is stopped after a short gain.
Boy, I like this offense, though. Although it is not successful that time, North does a good job. Really a diversified offense. Watch the fake reverse. Newberry comes back, fakes the reverse. This is running towards you, Frazier, faking the screen in the flat, middle screen. That one completed to Kennedy. Great job of defense, but I really do like the offense that Wayne Estes and company have installed.
Punting formation from the 48-yard line.
Shankish.
Fisher is back. He calls for a fair catch, muffs the ball.
I believe North recovered. We have a penalty flag back at midfield.
There is a penalty marker down. And interesting to see Fisher back returning punts.
Well, I told you they're going to go to him the whole second half. I didn't know they'd have him running back kicks.
He may not come off the field again. Let's hear the call.
We have a legal use of the hands against the defense. Legal use of the hands against the defense. The loose ball play, it's a 10-yard penalty.
Come back to line scrimmage.
Okay, illegal use of the hands on the defense. Now, was that on the return or was that on the kick itself? They were not exactly clear at when the foul occurred. We'll let them sort it out.
It will be North's possession. 4:34 remaining 3rd quarter. And we mentioned how important it would be. I believe it would be. As soon as I say that, the Westmoore side gets excited.
Well, a 10-yard penalty would give Westmoore a first down as they faced 4th and 8 on that punt. And what a big break for Westmoore.
Pardon me.
They're going to march it off, and unless he steps in correctly, it's going to be a first down, and it is. They're up to the 41 in Panther territory.
Big call.
4:34 to play, 3rd quarter. Putnam City North leads 7-6. Westmoore is moving the football as they have done all night long. 3 wide receivers for the Jaguars. Frazier. Wrapped up by Sedbrook. Chip Snyder in there as well, and so is your man, Dean, Jason Guy.
Well, Jason Guy can flat out play, no question about that. You know, one of the games we caught late in the season was the arch rival game between West and North, and Guy had actually missed a practice that week and sat out. Looked as though it might really hurt North, but they were able to play well in the second half, beat Ben Roots and West as Frazier limps off.
Well, the hopes of Westmoore in this ball game are limping off the field. It's second down and 10, and the Jaguars are without the star player, Jeff Frazier, at least momentarily.
We will have an update on that injury very quickly.
Something tells me Myron Patton's on top of that one. DeBro is in at tailback.
Blitz.
Newberry. Penalty marker down as Phil Webb, the left cornerback, comes up to tackle Newberry at the 27-yard line.
Phil Webb, 5'8", 160 maybe, and that guy, Newberry.
We got a holding penalty against the white team during the run.
Well, it'll be taken back, but the guy we were looking at, Newberry, is somewhere around 6'3", 6'4", and 195, and watch him turn up and go north and south here. A blitz is coming from Newberry's backside. He loves to run the football. This was not a design draw, but he makes a great play out of it anyway. It'll be called back. Well, watch him lower the boom here.
Putnam North's defensive backs are not very big, but they do hit hard. Jack West, 140 pounds. Phil Webb, 160 pounds.
Against the white team. Hey, no.
Newberry there with some words with the officials, probably wanting clarification. Unsportsmanlike conduct, I believe, is the call. Well, how about this call? I don't know if our camera's wide enough to show where the ball is and where the first down marker is, but let's go down to Myron Patton for an injury report. Myron?
Guys, we got another twisted ankle down here, Jeff Frazier, but he's going to be back. You see him getting up right now, going back on the field. This is the state finals. He says he's not missing this game.
Well, he better run better than he's hobbling back on there to play. I mean, the guy's a talent. Watch him limp on at around the 35-yard line.
Well, that age-old question, at what percentage is a star player better than your substitute?
I wouldn't think it would be an injury, Mick, that you could do much damage to, but doesn't look good just walking out there.
No, he doesn't, but would you put it past Jeff Frazier to be faking an injury and then turn it on?
Well, I would think so, but to anyone who would pose for a Heisman in the first half of a high school game, you got to wonder.
I'm ready for anything, okay? Looks like. Did you know that a Jaguar and a Panther are almost the same thing?
I did not.
A jaguar if you want to go by how it's pronounced in the dictionary, is in fact a panther, a type of a panther.
Huh.
Stick with me, Dean. We'll learn lots.
There's that Rhodes Scholar coming in handy. Good ball game. 3:39 third quarter. PC North on top 7-6. Second and 10. Penalties have become a major factor in the ball game.
It's only second down and 33 for Westmoore. Make it second and 37. Pass is completed and across the 40-yard line and past the 45. I believe that's DeBro. And another penalty marker comes in.
We've had a lot of personal fouls called, and it's really important in a game like this with so much on the line, so much emotion riding, to be able to control yourself.
44 face mask.
Troy Hooter with a face mask call.
The defense, the 15-yard penalty.
And, of course, officials don't point out who makes calls in high schools, but we were able to overhear the official then telling the other official who the call was on. I'll see if we can pick it up. There you see Hooter, number 44, the left side of your screen.
Well, that's one way to turn a second and 37 into, what, only needing about 8? Third and 8, third and 7?
Well, we didn't have a perfect angle on it, but it didn't look like a face mask call, although his hand was in that area, but could have been.
Well, Mick, I kept an eye on Frazier that time, and he was not at the center of the play, but he was not moving well. We'll keep an eye on number 20 at tailback.
Gobs of penalties tonight. That pass is lateral. He's not going to get a chance, is he? Well, that's the biggest play of the night for the North defense, and that's 35, Phil Webb. What's he doing all the way in the backfield?
What play was well defended, and I was watching a couple of players hit one another. As you mentioned, Mick, that is a lateral, can be thrown downfield. North not fooled at all, and there are a couple of late hits on this after this play that could have been flagged. And these two teams playing in the same district. There you see one of them. Easily could have been a penalty on Brad Smith, number 52 of Westmoore.
3rd and 20 for Westmoore. They trail by a point in the third quarter. Pass is complete. Gillespie has it at the 36-yard line. What a catch and throw. Newberry's playing well, Dean.
What a heck of a toss here. Newberry shows he gets one thing to dump the little three-step short stuff off. This one's a big-time throw. Tight spiral. Throws it on a line, still 4th and 6, but that's a big-time throw.
I'll tell you, Newberry goes to a quarterback camp in the summer that Mike Little is one of the coaches.
Yeah.
He may have taught him to do that.
Well, Mike Little has coached several of these kids, and former Oklahoma assistant Jim Donnan, now the head coach at Marshall. He and Mike have had some camps in the past, and several of the kids, as we see more yellow on the field. But Mike is really high on a lot of these Westmoore kids that go to that camp.
Well, probably not a major penalty, as they were punting anyway, and they could have even wanted that penalty called. I've always wondered about that.
Clock will start on the snap.
And they are punting immediately. Westmoore at the 42-yard line. Trent Fisher goes back to return the punt. The ball is booted from the 42. Fisher lets it go. It's out of here. North will take over at the 20. And Dean, I've always wondered, how can Jim Donnan teach passing? The guy never threw at Oklahoma.
Hey, Jim Donnan and his thundering herd are in the playoffs, and they are throwing for about, they've thrown for over 600 yards in a couple of games this season. So yes, they have. I didn't say a season. I said in a couple, in each game they've thrown for over 600 yards. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, Putnam City North has come back. They've taken the lead. They've got the momentum, something they never had in the first half.
I think we'll have a great game down the stretch. We'll see what they can do with it. They have played well offensively, and they have stopped Westmoore. Can Jeff Frazier be a factor late in the game? We'll see when they get the ball back.
And North runs its first play from scrimmage. Jake Jensen carried around the left side. Gain of 4. 1 minute, 41 seconds, and counting in the third quarter. Very low-scoring defensive affair. When these two teams played on October 18th, the final score was 21-3 Putnam North. That game was played at Putnam City Stadium. Fisher has 3 wide receivers. Fisher still has it. First down.
What a defensive play by D. DeBro that time, and I don't know if it was intentional or not. He was maybe just making a collision, but watch the play here. A little counter as the option is eventually run by Trent Fisher, and daylight it appears, but look at 23 DeBro come in and just bang up the play.
And he didn't even have to make contact with Fisher. He threw another Panther into his way.
Looked like Fisher was going to run for a while.
It's 1st and 10. Hulsey. Not much.
PC North's game plan coming in, just run at them, thinking the strength being in the offensive line. Thought they'd mix it up a little bit, trying to get Trent Fisher on the corners. But I think that Westmoore has been defending North the way a lot of teams have lately, and that is to really play loose on the corners and contain Fisher.
2nd down 9. Panthers at their own 34.
Blitz.
Fisher keeps across the 35 to the 39-yard line. You get the impression this is Trent Fisher's game to win or lose?
Well, I do. You mentioned earlier he may not come off the field until the end of the ball game. I think you may be right, and he's been the focal point of most every play here in the third quarter. And Putnam City North has taken the lead 7-6. We'll take a timeout and come back for the exciting fourth quarter of the state 5A championship after this break.
The Value Clipper is on its way, packed full with money-saving values on every page. And in the middle, a section from 5 Alive, featuring many coupons and offers from our participating advertisers. So clip and save with great values from the Value Clipper magazine. Taco Bell, bringing you more value. Hurry in today for the great tasting items on these 3 value menus and register for a chance to win a trip for 4 to any Southwest Airlines destination. This great trip brought to you by Taco Bell, KOCO, and Southwest Airlines.
'Twas the month before Christmas, and all through the store, the people were shopping. They need to buy more. The clothing was hung on the racks with care. We know that our customers soon will be there. There are dresses and slacks, blouses and coats, jewelry, accessories, sweaters, and floats. Get ready, don't wait, the selection is great. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. Shop at Ginger's Boutique and not at the mall.
The entire stock is 10 to 60% off at Ginger's Boutique, 2130 Southwest 59th.
These kids were all born after 1983, the year their fathers started using Glean. In their entire lives, they've never seen mustards, don't know what wild buckwheat is, and wouldn't recognize henbit if they stepped on it. Chances are this generation never will know much about weeds, and that suits their fathers just fine.
Now, just in time for Christmas, the highest flying gift of all, Aerospace America 91 Highlights. 90 minutes of America's greatest air show. The perfect gift for anyone who loves the wonder and excitement of world-class flying. Call 1-800-782-8686 or send a total of $27.95 to Aerospace America Highlights, Post Office Box 14624, Oklahoma City, 73113. Landed under your tree this Christmas.
12 minutes of football remain for the 5A state championship in 1991, and Putnam City North is clinging to a 7-6 lead. The first half was dominated by Westmoore. The second half, Trent Fisher led Putnam City North down the field for a touchdown. There you see an impressive passing attack by the Jaguars. Brian Newberry has had a splendid ball game. The Panthers have bounded back. They've had some good fullback success. And, of course, the tailbacks are doing well. The first down's now tied for the ball game. Just one turnover, and that was early. Possession about equal, but look at those penalties. 8 for each team. That's a tremendously high amount for teams that got this far. You would think the game would be played better from that standpoint. It's 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers at their own 39. Jensen has the football. First down. Let's go down to Myron Patton.
All right, Dean, I talked to Jeff Frazier a while ago. He said that his ankle is really bothering him. He's having trouble running on it. Coach Estes told him to sit out this series. He's going to let him decide whether or not he comes back. So he may not be back. We'll just have to wait and see.
Big blow for Westmoore, if that indeed is the case. And he looked bad to me a while ago. I know he wants to play. It's not lack of effort.
Certainly not. First down and 10 for the Panthers. Jensen. He may go. No penalty flags. Jake Jensen has lit up the scoreboard. "57 yards for Jake Jensen, who scores his 20th touchdown of the year."
We'll talk about a big play. There you see Mike Little getting on. Was that Jensen?
I'm not sure.
He was talking about not taunting. There's been a little bit of that going on tonight, and an important extra point attempt coming up here by Fisher. He knocks it through, and Mick, 8 points is big at this point in light of the fact that you make the 2, you only tie, and Frazier out of the ball game. Here you see the replay. Watch Jensen. Pops it up the middle. Great blocking. Going to have 8 or 10 anyway. Pops it outside, and then it's down the boundary, and no one will catch him.
I can't help but wonder, Dean, if Jeff Frazier were healthy and on the field, if he couldn't have caught him. We'll be right back while you ponder that thought.
Listen up. I'm not here to babysit your panty waist. I'm here to make you better Nintendo players. So what does Mario do here, Mr. Jackson?
What?
Wrong. You. Wrong.
Do a little dance.
Wrong.
To get better at Nintendo, pick up super secret game tips on packages of Pepsi. Best of all, you could win one of thousands of Super Nintendo Entertainment Systems delivered via Federal Express.
Bo, I want you in my office now.
This kid's an animal.
You could win Super Nintendo with Pepsi.
Before you buy insurance, examine the evidence. A one-company agent can only offer you the policies his company sells. But independent agents represent several companies. They can offer you the right policy at the right price because they have more policies to choose from. A one-company agent or an independent agent. The evidence is clear.
This program co-sponsored by the Independent Insurance Agents of Greater Oklahoma City.
Five Alive and Coach Henry Bibby will announce the Oklahoma City Cavalry Player of the Game after each game during the Five Alive Late Night Sports at 10. The Cavalry have players who can light up the scoreboard, but only one can win Player of the Game. To find out who, watch Five Alive at 10, brought to you by Little Caesars Pizza, the Cavs, and Five Alive. Plus, the Cav named Player of the Game the most times will have $500 donated to their favorite charity, courtesy Little Caesars Pizza, the Oklahoma City Cavalry, and Five Alive. Cav basketball, it's fantastic.
Can it be a coincidence that Putnam City North is contained the entire night, but on the first series that Jeff Frazier is out with an injury, Jake Jensen turns the corner and outruns the Westmoore secondary for a 57-yard touchdown.
Well, Mick, I pondered the thought, but not very long. Frazier is a cornerback on the right side. I say he would have been a non-factor in that play. Perfect execution, great speed by Jake Jensen. He becomes a candidate for our player of the game, 12 carries, 88 yards.
And Jake Jensen returned a kickoff for a touchdown last year. Jake, did you start your video recorder before you came to the game? Are you going to be able to see that one later?
NCAA allow that?
I think so. As long as somebody doesn't buy it for him, I think it's okay.
We mentioned the yardage for Jensen. Frazier apparently out of the game. Tonight, the numbers for Jeff, 12 attempts, 48 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 Heisman pose. Hope he's okay, though. I'd love to see him come back. Wouldn't that be a story?
And there you saw the drive for the Panthers. They lead 14-6, and of course in high school football, you can go for 2. Westmoore is a touchdown and a 2-point conversion away of tying up this game, and there is overtime in high school sports. Bradshaw is cut off by DeBro, who takes it at the 3. Still on his feet and up to the 29-yard line.
Well, Newberry's going to have some success in the air as he did in the first half. And I'll tell you what, I was so impressed with Lewis Griffin, number 4. There you see him on the left side of the screen walking onto the field. That if indeed Frazier is not in the second half, in this fourth quarter, I would think that you're going to need to see some throwing of the old pigskin by Newberry. Griffin could be a factor.
Well, no doubt Westmoore can throw the football. We've seen a bunch of that tonight. 11 minutes and counting remaining in the ball game. DeBro.
Mick, it is so much easier to throw the ball when you dictate when you will throw. How many times have you seen teams get in 2nd and 10, 3rd and 14, throw the ball unsuccessful, see your team get sacked? A lot easier when you're throwing it on first down when the defense is not ready, or 2nd and short.
Should Westmoore put Frazier in only as a decoy to help set up the passing game?
If he's hurt, they may not even want to do that. I would doubt they would do that. I'm sure they will consider it.
Trip receivers to the right, 2nd down and 10. Throwing for Griffin. Overthrown. Well covered by the Panthers. Ball was late and a little high. 3rd down and 10.
Well, Newberry does go for Griffin, as we mentioned a minute ago. Watch him, great protection. Griffin over the middle as Newberry steps up into the pocket. Good coverage. Kind of a force, but when you have that kind of athlete out there, you don't mind forcing it. Trips to the right.
Great catch by Gillespie at the 47-yard line. What a throw by Newberry.
Clutch play by Westmoore. Clutch play. 3rd and 10, you don't convert that, you have to punt it. No question, down 8, you're really in a bind. 3rd and long, Newberry back, sits in the pocket, again good protection. zips it across the middle, and that's a big first down.
Good job of Gillespie of finding the open spot in the defense, and it wasn't the prettiest spiral, but he delivered the ball there on time.
It was on target as well.
47-yard line of Westmoore. DeBro. Not much.
PC North defensively stopping the run has really been impressive here in the second half.
They're going to give him a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. 9 minutes, 30 seconds to play. Putnam City North leads Westmoore 14-6 after trailing at the halftime 6-0. Joe Strike comes in on defense for the Panthers. They fake the draw. Newberry still has it. Looking long for Gillespie.
And how big is the drop pass that would have been for a touchdown and the 2 missed field goals early in the game at this point? That is a potential 13 wasted points.
Well, the Westmoore coaches that I talked with at halftime felt like they could have, should have, you make that call, could have had 17 points in the first half and only led 6-0. Brian Newberry, what a big-time game, and this is the last high school game Brian Newberry will play. Going for Griffin. Great defensive play by Phil Webb.
Well, once again, Westmoore goes for Lewis, and they do it over the middle. They haven't been throwing on the flanks much. They're trying to go up the gut. That one a little bit underthrown, but Mick, as you called it, great defensive play.
Griffin would have had to know to adjust and to cut his route off a little bit earlier. He went a little deeper than Newberry intended, it looked like. There you see the punt, and again, Frazier's the punter, but he's not in the ball game.
Westmoore needs a bounce here, and they get it.
What a punt. Hey, why didn't he punt? 47-yard punt, no return.
.8:48 remaining in the ball game. Putnam City North leading 14-6. Stay with us.
We've got the powers that move you.
Honda, Nissan, and Mitsubishi.
Got the powers.
A 92 Honda Civic DX 4-door as low as $164 per month.
We've got the powers.
A 92 Nissan Stanza XE 4-door as low as $170.50 per month. You can't beat that.
We've got the powers that move you.
Powers Auto Place.
The Men's Warehouse opens in Oklahoma City.
Hi, I'm George Zimmer, president and founder of the Men's Warehouse. We keep growing in places like Oklahoma City because people like the way we do business. We bought this suit at the mall for $525. At the Men's Warehouse, this suit from the same manufacturer is only $350. Those are the facts. I guarantee it.
The Men's Warehouse in Penn Square Mall on the lower level.
Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to roll?
It's To the Dugout Bar and Grill for the official 5 Alive Monday Night Football watch parties. Join in the dugout, fun and games during the game, and score free movie passes, tickets to sports events, dinners, a new color TV, or a trip to the Super Bowl from Rock 100 The Cat. The party kicks off every Monday night as 5 Alive broadcasts live from the Dugout Bar and Grill, Hefner Road in May.
It's Monday Night Football and it's time to play.
And a critical play defensively here coming up, Mick, by Putnam City North as the pass intended for Lewis Griffin.
And Phil Webb, who's only 5'8", 160 pounds, makes a great play and just tips the ball out of the way. But we're at that stage where every play's big now, and that's one of the big ones.
Well, I tell you what, though, Westmoore comes back and executes the punt. Critical play there as they pin North back inside the 5-yard line. 8:48 remaining.
North cannot stand a mistake now. First down at their own 5. Jensen. Not much. Well, that Westmoore front's playing extremely well. Look at 64, Chad Pumphrey. 6 foot, 185-pound senior, 32 solo tackles, 69 assisted tackles this year coming into the ball game. Pretty good numbers. 8 minutes, 28 seconds to play, third quarter. Putnam City North leads, or fourth quarter. Putnam City North leads 14-6. 2nd and 9, ball at the 6-yard line. Jensen. And closing off that hole quickly was Brian Newberry. They're marking it at the 12.
Newberry comes up from the free safety position. He has really played well defensively, and as we mentioned earlier, when Newberry and Frazier went over on the defensive side, Westmoore really improved as a unit.
North likes to run over that right side of its offensive line. Looked like Andy Wood had a good block there.
Westmoore won't have many more chances if they do not hold here.
Fisher still
Bootleg.
has it. Gillespie runs him down, but not before Trent Fisher picks up a key first down.
Well, North loves getting Fisher on the corner. Watch the fake toss sweep, puts it on the hip, and gets around the corner. And this guy has some speed too, Mick. 4.5 to 4.6, somewhere in that range. He tells me he will want to run and plans to run on the 4x100 meter relay team at North.
Great execution there.
Several speedsters there with Jensen, Moreland, Fleshman, and Fisher will probably be on that same relay team.
Jensen has it. Tripped up in the backfield. I believe that was Ryan Wickersham who came in there and tackled him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll call it no gain, 2nd down and 10. But the clock moving, and with 6 minutes and 52 seconds begins to be a factor.
And also, Mick, we're going to need to think about our players of the game. Arby's sponsoring one of our players of the game, and Powers Autoplex sponsoring the others. And Newberry certainly has to be a consideration for Westmoore.
2nd and 10. They give it to Halsey. Brandon Ross right there. He leads the team in solo tackles, assisted tackles, you name it. 6'1", 210-pound junior, and he's played well tonight. 3rd down and 9. Clock working. 6 minutes, 13 seconds to play in the ball game. Putnam City North leading 14-6. If you just joined us, Jeff Frazier, the star Westmoore player, is out of the game with an injury. We may see him again. Fisher to throw. Decides to keep, and the look of the tackle had the look of a face mask penalty, but no yellow down on the field, and the officials were right there. You got to figure they had a good look at it.
Well, I tell you what, though, Mick, I'm really surprised here that Fisher goes out of bounds. 5:46 remaining in the game. The most important thing for the Jaguars is to not only stop the first down attempt here, or picking up the first down, but to stop the clock, and they stopped both as Fisher dragged out of bounds on a legal tackle, forcing the punt with 5:46 remaining.
Ball will be snapped from the 21-yard line. 36-yard punt to DeBro. Excellent field position for Westmoore. They have 5 minutes and 35 seconds to play, and they have 54 yards to go.
Well, I watched Fisher after the punt. Nice punt, but he got hammered and knocked down, and you were right earlier at the beginning of the second half when you said he may not go out of the ball game. He has not yet.
1st down and 10 for Westmoore. Long in motion. Newberry, short drop, throwing for Gillespie. Intercepted by Jack West.
West plays this one just right. Newberry going on top. Well covered, overthrows his intended receiver, and Jack West comes up with the biggest interception of his career.
And Jack West had an interception last week in the semifinals. You look at Jack West in street clothes, you would not think he's much of a football player. You'd be wrong. Not very big. Sometimes there's a lot more to a player. West, 5'10", 140.
North looks to run the clock out. Short yardage there. Let's go down to the field of Myron Patton.
Well, Dean, Jeff Frazier's been walking on the sideline for the last 10 minutes or so. He's got his helmet on. I believe he was going to go in on that last series, maybe for a play or two before the interception. I don't think you'll see him on defense, but a possibility you'll see him on offense.
All righty, thank you. I tell you what, he better hustle, but he's going to get in there. 4:25 remaining. And Westmoore trailing by 8.
2nd down and 8. That Arkansas slant defense has worked well for Westmoore tonight. Fisher has it. Tackled at the 29-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down play. Good tackle by Brandon Ross. Third down and 4. Jensen. He didn't get it. He didn't get it. And Westmoore is going to get the football back for one more shot.
Well, this would have done it, I think. If Jensen picks up this 1st down, and as it appeared a hole might have been there, but it closed quickly, as again, Brandon Ross, who's had an outstanding game, closes quickly, and Jensen, who's approaching 100 yards, is pulled down. 4th and 2 at North punts. 3 minutes will be remaining when the punt will go off.
Well, Frazier is not in for a punt return. Of course, you wouldn't expect him to be. But with the injury is not allowing him to do that. DeBro and Bradshaw back. DeBro takes it. Lets it bounce. He's got it at the 33. They've got a wall set up on this side. Now they've got a flag on this side. And I think that's Holsey who ran him out of bounds.
I believe that'll be a clip, and that'll mean Westmoore will have to take it some 75 yards and make the 2-point conversion to tie this one up with 2:48 remaining.
Nice tackle there by Rob Gardenhire.
On the receiving team. That's the flag.
You heard the call, number 43, Chris Long.
We have a clipping penalty.
Tab
the
for
white
the
team on the run
foul.
back. A 15-yard penalty from the 43-yard line.
So from the 43-yard line, you take back 15. Westmoore is going to be at the 28, 72 yards away from a potentially tying touchdown. Well, Dean, we wanted a ball game. We got it.
Yep, it's really panned out the way we kind of thought it would, that it would be a low-scoring ball game. More penalties than I expected. 170 yards marked off by the yellow stuff, 17 flags.
The official said it would be marked off from the 43. Evidently, it was marked off from the 33 because the ball has been placed back at the 18-yard line.
Farther than I thought, and instead of a 75-yard drive, it becomes an 82-yard drive.
2:48 to play.
Cornerback down.
Gillespie has the football and another penalty flag, and the Westmoore bench loves the call.
Troy Hooter, number 44, slipped on the play. Look for a moment, that one might go for some big yardage.
Let's check out this call.
44 face mask.
They're going to call a 15-yard face mask penalty on Troy Hooter.
15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Newberry with the quick out. Hooter is number 44 there on the left side of your screen. But it looks like Phil Webb is the one that had his hand on the face mask there, if that was indeed the call. The ball's at the 43-yard line. Newberry, short drop, throws to Crowley. Gang tackled by Heath Satterfield and Bo Winneberger.
Nice job back to the 3-step drop. Short passing game is Westmoore realizing last chance here, but they're playing wisely, Mick. 2.5 remaining.
Nice tackle by Jack West there up close. It's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Offsides. 2nd and 15. 2:22 remaining. 2 timeouts left for Westmoore.
Well, Gillespie was running a flag route. There's no doubt about that.
False start against the white team, 5-yard penalty.
And the 18th penalty of this championship game. Really the only downer.
It'll make it 1st and 15. And Gillespie's now out of the game. That's Bradshaw at the top of your screen. Lewis Griffin also split out wide to the right as the officials have called timeout, and now they set the play clock. 2:19 and counting. Short drop. He's got Bradshaw. And Hooters got him at the 43. Nice pickup.
Well, the old theory of Mike Little's teams have always been they bend, but they do not break. Newberry again on target. I think this is the thing to do. I think you take the nickel and dime stuff, you take it down, you get your last shot or two. But the Panthers have been bending, but they've not been broken all year.
They're likely to pump that and go deep here pretty soon. Right now they're going deep, looking to try to beat Jack West again. And Chris Long not able to come up with it. We've got one more yellow flag. And Troy Hooter doesn't like the call. Illegal use of hands.
We have number 36, illegal use of the hands on number 36. It's a 10-yard penalty.
I kind of like them telling us who made the infraction.
I like
that. It kind of lets people be responsible, doesn't it? Jason Guy tagged with that one. A minute 37 to play in the 5A state championship. That man's team is ahead 14-6. Westmoore threatening at the 33-yard line. Their star player is watching from the sidelines with an ankle injury. Hand off to DeBro. You start in August, you play 14 games, and you come down to the last 1 minute and 31 seconds of play to determine the 5A titleist.
Westmoore back on the ball, wasting no time, under a minute and a half remaining, and they get the snap off quickly.
Newberry forces it.
Boy, he does force that one. This is where it becomes much, much tougher, though, because they have less field to work with.
Good job by the receiver of coming back to get that ball. If he doesn't, it very likely could have been intercepted. Nice camera work there by our crew. Is that Kareem's camera, Dean?
Kareem's camera, I believe it was.
2nd down and 10. I think that was Rogers' camera. Crowley.
Well, I tell you what, you just take the little stuff, because if you can complete it, one slip, one great move, you're in the end zone. Westmoore has done an outstanding job. They are making a march that would be an 82-yard drive with a chance to tie it up with a 2-point conversion.
They've gone 76 yards on that possession and haven't hit pay dirt yet.
Chris Long on the reception.
It's 1st and goal at the 6. 1 minute, 16 seconds to play. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie up the game and likely send it into the overtime playoff system. DeBro is the tailback. Newberry, touchdown!
What a drive by Westmoore. I mean, a team that loses 5 games, most teams quit. Why would we think they would be incapable of coming back?
Newberry keeps. Great athletic achievement right there. He beats Chip Snyder to the corner. Troy Hooter couldn't keep him out of the end zone, and pretty soon he was looking at Oklahoma State written in the end zone. It's 14-12. Westmoore has brought in Jeff Frazier into the ball game to try the 2-point conversion. If they'd have written a story like this, we all wouldn't have believed it.
I tell you what, if Frazier's not capable of performing here, I think you do what you talked about earlier, use him as a decoy. He obviously gets the respect as you see the Jaguars on the sideline.
Praying like they've never prayed before. A 2-point conversion would tie up the game.
Great
Putnam
drive,
North
though.
leads 14-12.
What a drive. They take it 82 yards. They take the 10-yard stuff, the 8-yard, the 12-yard. They have the one clutch play over the middle where it's 3rd and 10 conversion. They move the chains, try to go deep a time or two, mix in a draw, still have one timeout remaining. Excellent job by Westmoore.
Reminds me of the Midwest City drive to win when Cale Gundy led them to a title. They did this exact same thing, and that was a winning touchdown. This one could tie.
2 tight ends, full house backfield.
Frazier. He caught it! He caught it! He caught it!
Unbelievable. Newberry throws it up where only one guy can catch it, and one guy caught it.
And no Heisman pose.
Pretty good jump for a guy on one ankle.
What a player.
Out of really the right halfback position is where he's lined up, into the flat, all covered. Newberry, a perfect strike. That's the only place you can throw it. Throw it up, let it be a rebound, and Frazier goes up and grabs it, brings it down. Tie game. Could we be headed to overtime?
I want to buy a copy of the Westmoore highlights. Somebody's got to produce that videotape. We are tied at 14. There is 1 minute and 9 seconds to play in the ball game. And Westmoore deciding a lot of things here. Do you kick it deep? Do you squib it?
Oh, no. Kick it deep and play defense.
Jensen is on the near side. Schlesman is on the right side.
I say now you take it to overtime if there's any way to do it. You're starting at 0.
James Anderson kicking off from the 40-yard line.
Westmoore excitedly has 12 players on the field. One of them scurries off, and we'll see the kickoff.
Schlesman at the 1. To the 20 and no more. I'm trying to think back, Dean. I remember an overtime game in 1977 between Putnam City and Putnam City West. And Mike Little was the coach of that Panther squad, which fell victim to Jerry Potter in overtime. And that was a battle of quarterbacks as well that night, with Kelly Phelps coming out on top. 1st and 10, Fisher to throw. He wants to throw to Jensen, who can't hang on.
Well, I tell you what, Little and Fisher aren't sitting on it, are they? That's a risky pass. Perfectly thrown ball by Fisher. Actually just flat out dropped by Jake Jensen, who has had an outstanding game on the ground, almost 100 yards and a couple of touchdowns. This one's on target.
I've seen Mike Little's teams play for a long time, and they are anything but conservative.
How about Newberry? 15 of 23, 211 yards, 1 interception, and of course he scored the game-tying 2-point conversion.
Big story is Newberry tonight. Fisher hands off to Jensen.
I'll tell you what, though, at this point in the ball game, you go up top, you try to find the play. If it's not there, 30 seconds to go, you put it on the ground and you go to OT.
It's 3rd down and 7. If you've not seen an overtime game in high school, you are in for a treat. There's Wayne Estes. He sees the clock in regulation ticking down. North might try to do something here, thinking they showed run on the last play to set up a pass, and indeed they are going to throw. Schlesman unable to hang on, 4 seconds to play.
Well, I'm surprised again.
The overtime system in high school is not sudden death. Each team gets a possession from the 10-yard line.
Okay, interesting call here. You say, what's so interesting? 4 seconds to go. Well, several things. Do you get the ball and just run out the clock? Do you risk? I've told you it's a thrill a minute when Putnam City North punts. We know that Westmoore has been shown itself capable of blocking punts. You've got to use the 4 seconds up.
Yeah, you're going to throw long, but you better not get caught in the blitz real fast.
That's one way to run it out. And can he run 74 yards like he did against Putnam City West? Whoa. We're going to overtime.
We'll be right back with overtime for the 5A state championship. Putnam North and Westmoore, we don't have a winner yet.
Garfield's party platters make your party something special. Complete prime rib dinners, vegetable trays, sandwiches, and shrimp. Garfield's does the work. You get the credit. Garfield's party platters. Order yours today.
Good evening, folks. Tom Park once again had a very busy Lynn Hickey Dodge this Friday evening. Of course, we have got the special purchase cars. When you think about them, listen to this. 91 Dodge Dynasties at $99.50, 91 Dodge Spirits at $79.50, and now 90 model Spirits at only $59.50. That's right, I said $59.50. Automatic air conditioning, stereo, much, much more for $59.50. Or if you want to finance it, how about $141 a month? Keep in mind, that's with only 10% down. You can read the small print here at Lynn Hickey Dodge. $59.50, $141 a month, over 20 of them to choose. And again, only examples. We've got over 1,000 cars and trucks, 1,000 great ways to save money this weekend at 39th and North May. As always, if you can see this spot right now, you're not too far. Even if you live over 100 miles away, it's worth that short drive for these kind of savings. Special purchase cars, new cars, used cars, conversion vans. It's all right here this weekend at 39th and North May. Come see us at Lynn Hickey Dodge.
You know, Dean, I grabbed the rule book yesterday and I thought, well, just in case there's an overtime, I'm going to read the rule book on it and make sure we know exactly what's happening, thinking it was 1 in a million that it would actually happen. And here it is on page 76.
Incredible comeback by Westmoore to get it to this point. Give us the succinct version of what's going to happen.
It's tough to say quickly, but each team will get one possession starting at the 10-yard line of the opposing team. So they have 10 yards to go to score some points. They can kick a field goal, they can get a touchdown, they can kick an extra point, or they could go for 2. So you can end up with 3, 6, 7, 8, or actually 0 points on each possession. So once one team has had its shot, then the other team gets its turn, and they'll do it at the same end of the field, so everything would be the same. If they are tied after each team has had a possession, they'll do it again. And of course, in a playoff game not too long ago involving Watonga, they went 5 overtime periods.
Well, it's been a game of momentum changes. Westmoore has the momentum now. Let's take a look at some of the numbers that have gotten us this far. There you see a couple of people that have gotten you somewhere. I don't know what, but we'll see some numbers, though, because it has been an outstanding game. Clearly, at the beginning of the ball game, Westmoore had total control. Newberry was throwing the ball well. Frazier was having some success running the football, and they dominated the first half, but they weren't able to put the game away as I'm sure they thought they could. There's Wayne Estes talking to his club, and that club lost momentum in the third quarter. Mike Little came out, and his ball club put it on the ground. They stuck it to them, took the lead 14-6. Frazier goes out. You think the game's over. So what happens? There's around 2 minutes to go, and the ball's kicked deep into the territory of Westmoore, and they have to go 82 yards, and all they do, Mick, is go 82 yards and score the 2-point conversion, and there are the numbers that have gotten us thus far.
Well, you see Brian Newberry's story there on the upper right, and you see Jake Jensen's numbers. He's a bulk of that 240 yards rushing for the Panthers. First downs about even, turnovers are even, possession slightly to the Panthers, and look at those penalties. 25 penalties in a state championship game.
Well,
unbelievable.
That's the nasty thing. Now, I'm going to have to leave you here in a few minutes and go talk to one of the players of the game. We have 2 of them. It's a no-brainer. Newberry's got to be one of them. Who am I going to talk to on the other? What do you think? I think it's got to be Jensen or Fisher.
I like Jensen in a tough call.
I like Fisher in a tough call, and I say why. Nothing against Jensen. I think he has around 100 yards. He has the 2 touchdowns. But Fisher's a guy that he's finally left the field here in the second half to go over and talk to the club. He's been punting, he's been kicking, he's been playing quarterback. Statistically, he's not had that dominant of a night, but he's played defensively as well. You know, flip a coin?
I'll defer to you. I understand that Fisher's been out there on both sides of the ball an awful lot, and Jensen has not, and Fisher's had to take a lot of responsibility on the field. Let's see if we can listen in here. That's Jeff Frazier and head coach Wayne Estes.
You know, before the ball game, we visited with some of the offensive coaches or all the coaches from Westmoore, and they were saying that Frazier is an incredible kid. You know, he makes 19 on his ACT test as a sophomore. He's a 3.5 plus student now. He has been nominated for some scholarship honors academically, and that he knows every play that the offensive line is supposed to execute. Not many players know, many of the offensive linemen don't know it, much less everyone else, but he is a unique talent.
Now this is a coin toss. If you just joined us, we are going to overtime.
I got to flip it going again.
There's Kareem. See Kareem back there?
Red's got 4 timeouts, and the White's got 2 timeouts. Okay.
You get an extra timeout for the period.
He is called a football, is what he's called. You win the toss, young man. He wants defense. Which end of the football field do you want to play on, son?
I call one of them sir and one son.
Got more respect for Newberry.
Huh? I would too. Newberry 6'4".
Westmoore won the
He's
toss.
also our player of the game.
Westmoore won the toss. They want to defer. They want to be on defense first. That would give them the chance to know how many points they have to score to win the football game.
Go that way. All right. Thank you, son.
It is an advantage to go second, kind of like the home team in baseball. You get your first at bat, or get last at bats, and you know exactly what you have to do.
Well, all of a sudden, we were worried about filling from 9:30 to 10 had this game ended. No problem now. Just go to overtime.
We can handle anything. It's 14-14. The overtime system that is used in most states is about to start. If you've never seen it, it is a great way to break a tie. I personally would like to see the NFL go to this system because it takes the kickers out of the overtime period to some extent.
What are you doing?
Whoa. We better down that mic and let me call off the assistant coaches for Westmoore before something said we don't want to have said. Everett Mahoney, Ty Prestige, and Todd Dilbeck. Dilbeck is a new offensive line coach, been there 2 years. Don Daniel, Jeff Adams, David Jones, Kerry Roberts, each has done an outstanding job in helping Wayne Estes at Westmoore. Mick on the other side, no question about Mike Little. There you see he and his staff, Scott Berger, Jerry Griffin, Justin Jackson, Larry May, J.D. Smith, Jim Taylor, Bob Wilson, and Mark Melton. Those guys put in a ton of time, and you talk about underappreciated. Many assistant coaches in high school and head coaches are.
And now Putnam City North is ready to take the field. Westmore's out there waiting for them. Here it is quickly. They'll have 4 downs from the 10-yard line. They can score as many points as they can in this one possession, whether that's a field goal, a touchdown, and whatever extra points they might be able to get. Then Westmoore will have its turn. Ball is fumbled, but picked up by Jensen. And he crosses the 10-yard line. He got a little bit of yardage, but, you know, it's very dangerous because if you fumble and lose possession, your turn is over, and Westmoore could have kicked a field goal and won the game.
Defense wins this play is what you're saying, Mick. Not much for the offense here. And you know Little's wanting to get the ball in the hands of Trent Fisher. Let him be the key factor. Defensively, Wayne Estes is saying, no, we're not. If we have the option, we're not going to let Fisher keep it.
2nd down and goal at the 9.
That one batted down.
Great play by Ryan Wickersham.
Advantage quickly shifting to Westmoore.
I mentioned the last time there was a playoff that I can remember was 1977. As you watch the ball tipped by Wickersham. In that ball game, Scott Tinsley was the Putnam City West quarterback, and Kelly Phelps was the Putnam City quarterback. Those two teams from the same school district vied for the state title, and Phelps' team came out on top as Jerry Potter won his 3rd state championship.
Critical call here.
They've called timeout. Obviously, a big play. So obvious, I didn't even want to finish the sentence that I'd started.
Well, Mick, I think that, you know, we talk about wanting to get Fisher involved in them. You want to try to get him involved. His best play is a bootleg. Another play that he's really effective on is a quarterback draw or some type of creative scramble. Well, really, you're taken out of the quarterback draws and the creative scrambles by virtue of the fact that you're on the 9-yard line. Bootlegs, I guarantee you that's what they're looking for. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Jake Jensen involved in this play or a pass attempt. A pass attempt, very risky at this point. They're just laying it out on the line. Jensen gives them some plus yardage and a chance to score.
Well, Fisher will have some options, don't you feel?
I would think. I'm not certain, though. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Jake Jensen gets the football here. Jensen gets it.
Woo. What a big defensive play by Brandon Ross.
What a defensive stand.
North moved the ball 5 inches in 4 downs and 3 downs, and now they will try a field goal, or at least apparently will try a field goal. Trent Fisher is the field goal kicker. The ball will be placed down at the 17-yard line, so it will be a 27-yard attempt. Keep in mind, these are college goalposts, 23 feet, 4 inches apart. Normal high school goalposts are regular 18.6, normal are 23.4. Fisher's kick is perfect.
Well, the guys in the truck just said we've got to know who the Putnam City North player of the game is. We know on the other side it's Newberry. I think after that field goal, that's another reason that Fisher is. But much more importantly in the scheme of things, what can Westmoore do? The game is theirs to win.
Well, obviously, if they go to the air, they risk an interception. And if Putnam North gets an interception, they would win immediately. Getting 3 points is big. It's not what you want, but it's big.
Frazier in the lineup.
DeBro on the A-back reverse.
Ooh.
You saw the flag as DeBro was run out of bounds. That play very effective last week in the semifinals against Union.
I tell you what, an offensive penalty would be very big, and it is a hold.
White team, 10-yard penalty.
Big call.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. Oh my. Still first down, but now the ball is at the 19-yard line. If they didn't advance it any further, it would be a 36-yard attempt to tie up the game and send it into another overtime. But right now, it's first down and goal at the 19.
Well, the one thing you don't want in a situation like that is a penalty.
But it's indicative of how this game's been played. Frazier moves over into a wideout position, and DeBro is now the tailback. And he's got it. Crosses the 15 to the 14-yard line. The clock does not run in the overtime period. They could do this all night if they continue to tie up the score. If you just joined us, we are in overtime. That graphic is wrong. It is second down at the 14-yard line. Frazier.
Fumble. Down to the 1.
Frazier fumbled the football. It was picked up by a lineman.
What else is this game going to have in it?
Chad Dutton.
1 yard from the game being over. The guy who's injured, who misses the second half, comes back. A wonderful run, but loses it only to see his lineman pick it up.
Now, Dutton can advance that football? I guess he can. He did.
He did.
5'10", 220 pounds. I bet he didn't think he'd be running almost score a touchdown tonight in this game.
Biggest carry that he's ever had.
Well, here we are, folks. They are 1 yard away from winning the state championship. The crowd is spent. They don't have any cheers left in them. Ball is on the 1-yard line. It's 3rd down. We are in overtime. Putnam City North kicked a field goal on its overtime possession. Westmoore can win the state championship with a touchdown. If they don't get in here, it's decision time for Wayne Estes. He has called a timeout, gathered his team around him. There's number 15, Trent Fisher, player of the game for Putnam City North.
Well, the Cinderella story for the Cinderella team is to give it to Frazier. 2 quarterback sneaks might do it, though.
Frazier.
It comes down to one play.
A goal line stand for Putnam City North. And now what do? Well, you call timeout first. Frazier's down.
Frazier's down, and it looks bad, and it is bad for Westmoore from the standpoint that he will not be in on the play of the year. We've been talking about the play of the game so far, but this is the play of the year, last play of the year.
Well, Dean, they can't kick a field goal. They missed 2 already, and they missed an extra point.
Nick, you know what you run here? You take the snap and you lean forward. It's called an old-fashioned quarterback sneak, and if Putnam City North can stop that, they deserve to win the state championship. You've got a quarterback who's 6'3.5" and weighs almost 200 pounds, and all he has to do is move forward 1.5 feet.
Tell you, one scary thing is when you get down this close, it's so much up to whether an official can see the ball go over, whether he thinks the ball got over or what. See if we can tell what happened to Jeff Frazier. He is stuck hard. Tremendous defensive play. Chase McCubbin in there. So was Jason Guy. I'm sure Myron Patton will be checking on the injury to Jeff Frazier. Right now, this is the state championship. They score, they win. They don't score, Putnam City North wins. Quarterback sneak. Putnam City North has won the 1991 state championship 17-14. And we'll be back.
See these glasses? Yeah. They're made by elves with 22 karat gold. Wow. See these holly berries and stuff? Yeah. That was painted with those tiny little elf paintbrushes. Really? And then Santa puts this big bow around and poof! The bow turns to glass. Wow.
Holidays Bow Stemware. Beautifully crafted with charming glass bows. Now available at Arby's for this great price.
Listen up. I'm not here to babysit you panty waist. I'm here to make you better Nintendo players. So what does Mario do here, Mr. Jackson?
What?
Wrong. You. Wrong.
Do a little dance.
Wrong.
To get better at Nintendo, pick up super secret game tips on packages of Pepsi. Best of all, you can win one of thousands of Super Nintendo entertainment systems delivered via Federal Express.
Bo, I want you in my office now.
This kid's an animal. You could win Super Nintendo with Pepsi.
These kids were all born after 1983, the year their fathers started using Glean. In their entire lives, they've never seen mustards, don't know what wild buckwheat is, and wouldn't recognize henbit if they stepped on it. Chances are this generation never will know much about weeds, and that suits their fathers just fine.
From up here, it's easy to see why Liberty just may be the area's most convenient bank. With 10 offices strategically located in Oklahoma City, Edmond, and Norman, Liberty Bank is living up to its commitment to provide the utmost in service and convenience. We want our customers to have easy access to one of Oklahoma's largest and strongest financial institutions. Liberty Bank, reaching out to serve you better. Drop in on us and get acquainted.
Putnam City North has won the 1991 state championship in overtime, defeating Westmoore 17-14. Let's go down the field with Dean.
Thank you, Mick, and I'm with Mike Little. Mike, have you ever been involved in a football game like this?
No, I haven't, man. I'll tell you what, Dean, I tell you, that's one of the greatest efforts you've ever seen out of a group of kids for an entire season. I tell you what, you know, we had to overcome a lot of obstacles tonight, and I tell you, I can't tell you, to go through a district that's as tough as ours, undefeated, and to go through the playoffs, because we're not just a team that's going to line up and whip somebody right up the line. You've never seen a group of finer kids play a hearts out like this group. If anybody deserved it, these young men did.
How do you stop them on 4th and inches on the final play of the year?
Right. That's what it, you know, you don't want it, but that's a great way to top it off.
All right, Mike, congratulations on your second win. Back to you, Mick.
And Myron Patton is with Wayne Estes. The Westmoore Jaguars had a great season to come back this far. Myron?
Well, Mick, they're getting the trophy presentation right now. We've got all the seniors in here receiving the runner-up trophy. Great game, great performance, great season for Westmoore. I'm going to get a chance to talk to Coach Wayne Estes here in just a second. Coach, can I come here for just a second? This game had everything. Great end to a season. Even though you didn't win it, you got to be proud of your players.
We're real proud of our players. They did a great job. You know, we took it right down there. We went down to win, and we fell an inch short. But, you know, that's what we came for, to win it. And we went for it. You know, those things happen. I think our kids can, you know, they can keep their heads up and accomplish a lot this year. We're very proud of them.
It was a big loss, though, losing Jeff Frazier. Even though he got the 2-point conversion, the fact he was not in there the entire fourth quarter, that really hurt you.
It really was. He's a great athlete when you lose someone like that. Well, D filled in for him real good, and, you know, you know, that's one of those things that happen in a ball game like this. That's the first injury we've had, and he came back and caught the 2-point play and put us in the overtime. But, you know, great effort. I thought he was going to break it on that one in the overtime, but things like that happen.
Brian Newberry really stepped up after Frazier went out, and the long drive to tie the score up.
He really did. He stepped in. We had some guys make some great catches. Brian threw the ball real good. So, you know, we gave an effort. We gave a great effort and fell short. And, you know, champions, they've been here before and knew what happened, and they did a great job.
All right, thanks, Coach. Congratulations on your season. Let's go back upstairs to Mick.
All right, Myron, let's quickly go back down to the field where Dean Blevins is standing by. Dean, who do you have?
Well, Mick, I'm with an emotionally spent Trent Fisher. Trent, I don't know that you've ever been in this state before. You're our Arby's player of the game.
I credit my teammates. We're state champs, and we did it to get in with number one.
Mick, that's it from down here. Back to you.
Well, numbers can hardly tell the story of this game, but Trent Fisher, 11 carries, 84 yards. He passed for 16 yards. Jake Jensen should get a lot of credit also. He carried 20 times for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brian Newberry played an incredible game for Westmoore tonight. He is too distraught to talk to us right now, which is understandable, but the 6'4", 196-pound senior may have played the game in his life on the last high school football field he ever stepped on. 15 completions for 23 attempts for 211 yards, and he is the Arby's player of the game. Also, Powers Autoplex sponsoring our players of the game. We'd like to thank Midwest Trophy and Dave Smith for supplying the trophies that are handed out to our outstanding players. Our ground transportation today supplied by Lynn Hickey Dodge. The emotion supplied by many young men playing in the final high school game of the 1991 season, as Putnam City North has won the state championship 17-14. For Myron Patton, Dean Blevins, and all of our Five Alive crew, we've had a great time bringing this to you, and I hope you've enjoyed it. This is Mick Cornett signing off from Lewis Field.
Tonight's exclusive broadcast of the Oklahoma 5A High School Football Championship has been brought to you by Arby's Roast Beef Restaurants. Taste the Arby's difference. By DuPont Glean for reliable broadleaf weed control. By Powers Autoplex, where cars cost less on the Broadway extension. And by your local Pepsi-Cola bottler. Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Coming up on the newscast where you get more news.
Federal authorities dropped their probe of the governor, so where does the case go now?
Sanitation workers make a gruesome discovery today.
And Senator Edward Kennedy takes a stand in his nephew's rape trial. 5 Alive News is next.
Chromecraft became America's top supplier of casual dining sets by building good-looking furniture that lasts.
And at Mathis Brothers, Chromecraft quality costs no more than ordinary brands. This model is only $488 with chairs that tilt and swivel. This market special is only $599. See it for $799 and up in other stores.
This set is only $699, and it's our most proven style. Finally, this oak set is only $748. Part of the Bedford Forest collection, it sells elsewhere for as much as $1,500.
Fashion, quality, and price, that's Mathis Brothers, 3434 West Reno.
Grandpa's Popular Science. Love those.
Hey, Dad, look at this.
There's still film in here.
What are you going to do with it?
The more important the photo, the more reason to trust it to record.
It's Grandpa and some kid with a mop.
It wasn't a mop. It was a fiery horse with the speed of light.
Hi-ho, Silver, away!
It looks like a mop to me.
Now, Oklahoma City's first closed-caption newscast with Jane Giroux, Tom McNamara, Mike Morgan's weather, Dean Blevins sports, and Jerry Bond's Oklahoma Pride. This is 5 Alive News tonight.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jerry Bonds. Jane Giroux is off tonight.
And I'm Tom McNamara. The U.S. Attorney and the FBI say the federal investigation into Governor David Walters is over.
They say there are not enough facts to warrant federal prosecutions.
5 Alive's Terry Watkins has been following the investigation since it began in April, and Terry's here now with our story.
Well, Tom, today's announcement is unusual because usually the federal government doesn't say when an investigation ends. For 8 months now, the FBI and U.S. Attorney have denied that an investigation was even underway. The governor asked for an end to the suspense, calling it slow water torture. Today it ended with a 2-page statement. It's a press release from the U.S. Attorney. It says in April 1991, an FBI investigation was opened based on allegations that state jobs were sold in return for contributions to the campaign of David Walters for governor during 1990. It was alleged that violations occurred in both the western and eastern federal districts of Oklahoma. It goes on. U.S. Attorney Tim Leonard and John Raley stated that based upon their review of the completed investigation, they are of the opinion that the facts presented are insufficient to warrant federal prosecution. For 8 months, the federal grand jury in Oklahoma City has listened to testimony, including the governor's chief of staff, Bill Johnson, and the FBI agents investigating the case. Now, the information gathered by the FBI will, for the most part, be turned over to the State Attorney General, Susan Loving, to determine if state laws have been violated.
Prosecutors and investigators from my office's Special Investigations Multi-County Grand Jury Division will meet with FBI investigators, go over the report of the federal investigation, and immediately disseminate the information to the appropriate district attorneys.
The FBI has subpoenaed bank records, contribution records, and campaign coordinators. That information is also expected to be turned over. One of the governor's main detractors says today's announcement doesn't surprise him.
The Oklahoma campaign laws were written by politicians, and consequently, most of the penalties under Oklahoma state law are simple misdemeanor penalties. A person who may be guilty of exceeding the $5,000 campaign limit is guilty of a misdemeanor and is fined $500.
Ironically, the state's new ethics commission was in the State House chambers today discussing changes in the state ethics and campaign laws. The state attorney general says it will be next week before the documents are turned over because some parts of the FBI information will not be turned over. Attorney General Loving says there is no way to tell how long this new state investigation will in fact take.
Terry, the Attorney General also says that the multi-county grand jury will be a focal point of the state investigation. What about that?
It's a fairly new concept in the state of Oklahoma to use a grand jury system, mainly because the way the state is handled right now, it's divided into different counties with district attorneys, as Attorney General Loving talked about. Multi-county grand jury gives them a chance to spread across the state of Oklahoma, look at all aspects of it to determine if there is something they need to check into.
Okay. Thanks. Well, Governor Walters issued a statement in response to the U.S. Attorney's decision today, and here it is. The governor says, "I am obviously pleased with the information released today by federal authorities. It is, of course, what we have known to be the facts since the beginning. While I am gratified, my emotions are tempered by the very difficult time this has been for my family and my supporters." Governor Walters is presently in Hawaii attending commemorative ceremonies for the 50th anniversary of the Pearl Harbor attack.
Oklahoma City police say they have a suspect but have not made any arrests in connection with the body of a baby found in a trash can. 5 Alive's Bill Mitchell reports the dead baby was found by city sanitation workers.
Police say the body of the infant was found at the bottom of a trash can as it was emptied into this garbage truck. Police were questioning the people who lived in the house where the trash can was found when prominent defense attorney Garvin Isaac showed up. He said he represented 18-year-old Diane Grothy. He would not say if she was a suspect in the case. Police say the body of the child was so badly decomposed they could not tell if it was a boy or a girl or if it had been born dead.
It is illegal to dispose of a body, and that would have to be, though, determined by the district attorney's office if that charge would be filed, or it would be based on also what the medical examiner's report reflects.
It just makes me sick to my stomach to think somebody could do something like that to somebody that has no way to fight it, fight for its life. It just doesn't make any sense.
Now police will wait on the medical examiner's report to find out how and when the baby died. Bill Mitchell, 5 Alive News Tonight.
The medical examiner's office hopes to have some answers for police investigators by Monday. You may remember a similar incident involving an abandoned baby back on July 28th of this year. A passerby found a newborn child inside a plastic trash bag in this village dumpster. The child's mother, Gail Heather Hoey, turned herself into police the next day. She was ordered today to submit herself to a psychiatric and/or a psychological examination. Hoey is free on bond right now.
Dateline tonight, Florida, where jurors in the William Kennedy Smith rape trial hear from Senator Edward Kennedy. The senator adamantly denied any knowledge of the rape. Today, the prosecution presented the dress and underwear the alleged victim wore that night. They say the articles were torn and had semen on them. In Germany, recently released hostage Terry Anderson embraced his sister Peggy Say during a news conference this morning. Anderson became extremely emotional during questioning about his captivity.
The radios, we would get little bits and pieces from the guards. There are so many people, thousands and thousands of people, who I need to thank for what they've done. And I don't know how to do it.
And in Yugoslavia, images of destruction may become a thing of the past. The United States is announcing economic sanctions against the country unless the civil fighting stops. The move comes after the government violated last week's ceasefire agreement and bombarded 2 Croatian cities.
Up next, Mike Morgan's weekend weather forecast.
Unemployment figures paint a bleak economic picture this holiday season.
And the number of people requesting AIDS tests has doubled since Magic's announcement. But what are the results showing? We'll have details in our News Extra.
Hello again, everybody. Jerry Adams with Jim Glover Dodge. Vacation time during the holidays. Something to look forward to every year, isn't it? And you know, there's not a better way to take that family vacation than in a brand new custom van. We have a huge inventory, too, of custom vans featuring this Mark III conversion package. Everything you'd ever want in a conversion van except a kitchen sink. And we probably got one of those around here, too, we could throw in. You know, there's a lot of double talk when it comes to custom vans with free this and free that, but the bottom line is this. You want the lowest price, and when it comes right down to it, Jim Glover has it. $17,980 for the 92 Mark III custom van, the lowest price in the state for this much fan, guaranteed. A quick reminder, too, we still have a great selection of these 91 Dodge Grand Caravans. That's the stretch model and your choice for only $13,750 while they last. Jim Glover Dodge, volume selling at its very best. Southeast 29th across from Tinker Field in Midwest City.
So what'd you bring us?
Barbecue.
From McDonald's?
Told you I'd get something special.
Barbecue's back at McDonald's today. That's right, barbecue is back. Try McDonald's new bacon barbecue burger. It's got pickles, onions, mustard, a slice of smoked bacon, and sassy barbecue sauce. Just right with McDonald's fries and an icy cold Dr. Pepper. It kind of makes you want to sing. I just love that sassy sauce. So
Tastes great, McDonald's.
McDonald's has barbecue.
I like it.
Sure was a busy one yesterday.
Here we go again.
Reaction time is critical. Quick reflexes are essential. During the Jeep and Eagle Red Hot and Ready to Roll sale, you gotta move fast for cash back and Olympic discounts on Jeep Cherokee. Save on Eagle Summit Wagon with air at no extra charge. Or try Eagle Talon for this low price. Hurry in today. When the smoke clears, there'll be nothing left.
Get the advantage at your local Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Well, I know one thing. I picked the right weekend to put the lights outside and the wreaths on the door.
I can assure you of that. It'll be almost a spring-like weekend in Oklahoma. Great for any outdoor activities, or as Jerry's going to do, to hang your Christmas lights. You'll need a sweater, and that's just about it. Here's our Skywatcher picture, since in just a couple hours is the 50th anniversary. That's a picture of the Arizona Memorial at Pearl Harbor, taken by Paul Lamb of Oklahoma City. And we all know the Arizona, the Oklahoma, and the Utah were the three battleships that never returned to active duty. The Arizona and the Utah are still at Pearl Harbor. I ask you, where is the Oklahoma, and whatever happened to it? We'll tell you after the weather. Fair skies and 56 degrees here in Oklahoma City. Our winds are from the south at 18. They're a howling. Humidity 83%, the pressure 29.92, and it is falling. The 40-degree low was our low for the day, and the high was 65. Very spring-like all across Oklahoma. Across the state, skies are clear to partly cloudy, a few low clouds in southern and eastern Oklahoma, and temperatures across the state are more seasonable for perhaps March or April than December in Oklahoma, mainly in the low to upper 50s. 58 for the warmest in McAllister, 36 in the Panhandle. That's Guyman for the coldest. And these south breezes will hold the temperatures up into the low 50s over much of Oklahoma, mid to upper 40s for you folks in northwestern Oklahoma. Now here's our satellite movie. Things are being...
These are Grand SEs, 91 models, $13,950 or just $279 a month. $950 or just $279 a month. Why pay more? Why shop anywhere else? No matter what you're looking for, if you can see us right now in this commercial, it's worth that short drive because you can save that extra $300 to $800 or maybe even more. Volume selling's the reason at Lynn Hickey Dodge.
He knew that when he kissed this girl, his mind would never romp again like the mind of God. Obsession, Calvin Klein.
This special holiday edition of fabulous value, yours now. Exclusively at Dillard's.
I'm J.B. Pratt. This year, Pratt Food Stores will also have living Christmas trees in cooperation with the Forestry Division of the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture and the Oklahoma Christmas Tree Association. The tree comes with the root ball in a pot. Decorate it and enjoy it indoors for Christmas, then plant it outdoors to help protect our environment. Save our forests, our air, and our landfills. This year, get a living Christmas tree at any Pratt Food store.
Roman meal bread, 59 cents. Sirloin steak, $1.98 a pound, and 4 pounds of bananas for $1.
Why the raft?
Flakes get soggy in milk.
Gee, I don't.
You Quaker Oat squares are whole grain oats. Sprinkle of brown sugar.
And we stay crunchy in...
milk!
Quaker Oat squares. You'll love them from square one.
Tonight's opening of Star Trek VI in Oklahoma City brought out some rather unusual beings. A group of aliens invaded the Heritage Plaza Cinema. Several members of the local Klingon fan club chapter donned their best in support of the newest Star Trek flick, The Undiscovered Country, but it is not easy to interview one of these spacely beings. And to add novelty, the local Klingon tribe constructed a model bridge of the Starship Enterprise. Jen?
Some Oklahoma City police officers have put up posters around their department saying, "Wanted, teddy bears of all sizes and colors." Auto theft detectives are asking for your help in bearing gifts to children. Each year, these officers compete in a holiday decorating contest. This year's theme is Have a Very Merry Christmas.
Well, we see quite a bit of negative, and this is something that's not only positive for the department, it's also positive for the investigators. They're really excited about doing something that's really good.
Auto theft detectives will help Santa deliver the bears to Children's Hospital. If you'd like to contribute one, you can drop it by the Oklahoma City Police Department. Every year, the Christmas Connection makes Christmas special for more than 1,000 families. Families like the Estupians, who, without the Christmas Connection, might not be able to have much of a holiday at all.
I just never really thought, that it was something that I needed until this year when we really thought, we need some help.
And the Christmas Connection came through with gifts, food, and with hope for the future for this family and for many others.
Okay, the Cavalry back home tonight after a road trip.
Bill Tegan's with that and a great state championship game tonight in high school football. A live report coming up next.
A performance story from Phillips 66. Subject, gasoline. Weather is constantly changing from region to region throughout the year. That's why at Phillips 66, we adjust our gasoline to change with it so that your car will perform well, no matter what kind of weather's up ahead. High-quality, super clean gasoline for your car and more from Phillips 66.
Get one-stop savings in every department during JCPenney's holiday sale. Save up to 50% on gold chains, name brand watches, and diamonds. Get 25% off regular sleepwear and robes, plus quality leisure wear. Save up to 30% on men's and women's outerwear, and shop great savings on men's Levi's and Hager slacks. Count on savings, satisfaction, and easy exchanges. And save through Saturday in all departments during the holiday sale at all 4 metro area JCPenney stores.
Hello again, everybody. Jerry Adams with Jim Glover Dodge. Vacation time during the holidays. Something to look forward to every year, isn't it? And you know, there's not a better way to take that family vacation than in a brand new custom van. We have a huge inventory, too, of custom vans featuring this Mark III conversion package. Everything you'd ever want in a conversion van except the kitchen sink. And we've probably got one of those around here, too, we could throw in. You know, there's a lot of double talk when it comes to custom vans with free this and free that, but the bottom line is this. You want the lowest price, and when it comes right down to it, Jim Glover has it, $17,980 for the 92 Mark III custom van, the lowest price in the state for this much van, guaranteed. A quick reminder, too, we still have a great selection of these 91 Dodge Grand Caravans. That's the stretch model and your choice for only $13,750 while they last. Jim Glover Dodge, volume selling at its very best. Southeast 29th across from Tinker Field in Midwest City.
Talk about taking the championship down to the wire.
Oh, great football game.
Some kind of game.
Yeah, you're right down to the wire in overtime. What more can we say? Tonight in Stillwater Class 5A state championship football game, Putnam City North, the #1 ranked team in the state, taking on Westmoore, the Cinderella team of the playoffs. Rich Lenz joins us live now from Stillwater. What a football game, Rich.
All right, you are, Bill. I guess, patience pays off for PC North. They were here last year, lost to an excellent Lawton Ike team, but tonight it is the Panthers' turn to hoist the golden football. They polish off a perfect 14-0 season by beating Westmoore in one of the greatest 5A championship games we have ever seen. 17-14 in overtime for the 5A title. Let's take a look at the highlights. And the Jags, they come out smoking quite literally. Hey, but the Panthers were just as fired up this evening. And the Panthers defense catches a break early as Westmoore's Chris Bradshaw fails to catch a sure touchdown pass, goes right through his hands. So we're still scoreless in the second quarter, when Brian Newberry is going to lay a lick on Chris Griffin, and it's a big lick, and it's going to lead to an interception. Ryan Wickersham is going to pick it off out of the air. Nice return, sets up the Jaguars in Northern Territory. And the great running back, Jeff Frazier, is going to make sure the turnover pays off, twisting in from 4 yards out. Touchdown, Westmoore, extra point, no good. The score at halftime, 6-0, Jags on top. Lots of penalties in the third quarter, but Jake Jensen would put the Panthers on the board from a couple of yards out. He will score the extra point good this time, so North now leads 7-6. Then, on the second play of the fourth quarter, Jensen is going to bust loose right down the sideline, 57 yards, gets some breathing room, and he is gone. Picks up speed. Nobody's going to touch him. Did he step out of bounds? No way. Touchdown Panthers. They now lead 14-6. Final drive in regulation. Westmoore goes 82 yards. Brian Newberry's going to bust outside, searching for the end zone. He's going to dive on in. Now the Jags need 2 points for the tie. Jeff Frazier, injured earlier, forgets about a sore ankle, and he leaps to make an incredible catch. 2-point conversion. That's good. It's a catch. 14-14. We go to overtime. Each team 4 downs from the 20-yard line. Tony Economopoulos field goal in overtime, 17-14, North in front. Westmoore now had 2 tries from the 2-yard line. They forgo a game-time field goal, try the quarterback sneak. Newberry stopped dead in his tracks. 17-14 in overtime. Putnam City North wins the 5A title, and a man who had a lot to do with it joins me now, Trent Fisher, the fine quarterback. And Trent, you were here last year, and I know you're much happier this evening.
Yes, last year we came in here, and it was very emotionally stressing, and I feel for the Westmoore Jaguars because they played a heck of a game, but it feels so good to win this title, and we deserve it, I think. We've played 14 weeks of hard-nosed football, and we show that again tonight, and we're so happy, and I can't explain how I feel. So
it's time to go enjoy yourself and have a little party.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Talk about Mike Little. Championships at 2 schools now.
He's a great man and a great coach. He knows what it takes to win, and he teaches us a lot, and we're just fortunate of the players we have this year because you can't make a team without players, and we have great players.
Filling in for Mick on the 5 o'clock. I am sorry I was out of town and missed this
You missed
game
a good
last
one.
Friday.
People still buzzing about it. It was a great one. We're a little biased because we televise it. Fans hope the state football finals in classes A through 4A Saturday are as exciting as the 5A game we televised Friday night. Here's sports photographer Mike Hignight's look back at the thriller with Putnam North beating Westmoore in overtime.
Championship 17-14.
By that much.
Boy, that was good. I got to see the whole tape of that.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Come do it.
Okay.
Howdy, guys. That is right. Mike Helton joins us, Trent Fisher, and Jake Jensen, all vital parts of this championship drive for the Panthers. Undefeated, perfect season. They start the season #1, and they end the season #1. Mike Little wins his second state championship with Putnam City North. Westmoore, what an effort by them.
Well, Westmoore lost 5 games during the regular season, beat the #9, the #3, the #2 team in the playoffs. They were the Cinderella squad, and midnight struck 6 inches from the goal line and a state championship.
How close was it? Not very fun. Happy guys here and very tired. Trent Fisher played every down of the second half. Back to you guys. A wonderful game for Putnam North, and hats off also to Westmoore.
Thank you, gentlemen, and our congratulations also tonight to Putnam North. Tonight,
The clean.